Hello and welcome back to the FPL Tom deadline stream ahead of Gameweek 22. As always, with these streams, it is a dual stream live on TikTok and on YouTube. But the best thing that you can do is come over to the YouTube stream. That's where it's all kicking off. That's where everyone's nice and happy as well in the comments section. As always, we will be doing team reviews a little bit later on, probably in about half an hour's time or so. We will do some team reviews. So if you want to send me them, get it in on Twitter at FPLTom_. Leave it under my pinned tweet. Like I said, we will do some more team reviews in a little while. I can already see T. William, he said, hello Tom, I need your help again. My team is below your live tweet. Like I said, if you do want your team reviewing, leave it under that pinned tweet and we will go and review some more. Tom Palmer's in the chat as well. Hope you're doing well, man. He says, I've captained João Pedro. Fair, looting away, you know, on paper, looks a good fixture. Will it work that way? Probably not. Probably not. Cool, man. I will try and help you out in a little while. Like I said, we'll try and get as many as we can in before we start going to look at some team reviews on Twitter. I'm just going to turn that down because that is a little bit too bright. There we go. Obviously, the big debate this week is what to do with Mohamed Salah. Who's the captain options as well? We're going to go through all that in today's stream. There is a poll kicking about as well on the YouTube and the TikTok chat. So if you want to get your votes in for that one, the best captain for this game week. Currently, Foden is leading the way. I personally don't have Foden, so it's not an option for me. But if you do have Foden, I do think he's a pretty good option, to be honest. You can't lie with that. So yeah, get your votes in for that. Obviously, we'll be doing my team reveal. I still haven't made my transfers. I still don't have a clue what to do either. So I'm probably in the same position as a lot of you guys as well. Like I said, team reviews, they'll be coming in about half an hour. So at FPLTom_, leave it under the pinned tweet. We're also going to take a look at some predicted points, some betting odds as well. I've kind of found that useful over the past few weeks. Looking at which teams are probably more likely to win games. I think it has influenced some of my decisions as well, as the bookmakers do have a lot of kind of data sets and data that just helps them pick the best, you know, odds for their games and helps them wins out. So, you know, I'm sure it has obviously positive impacts for us in terms of FPL as well. Like I said, if you're enjoying anything that you see on the channel or on the TikTok channel, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like I said, we're trying to get 5,000 subs by the end of the year. We hit 3K by the end of January before my birthday, which was absolutely immense. So I can only thank you for that one. So yeah, thank you very much. But now we're on the road to 5K. So if you do want to help the channel out, do hit that subscribe button. I can already see we've got questions flying in. AK has said one free transfer, Estupinian, Richarlison or João Pedro. I mean, it depends what the rest of your team looks like. Obviously, Richarlison does offer you a captaincy option, but does blank in game week 26, so just bear that in mind. Estupinian and João Pedro as well are really, really good options. So I would have to see what the rest of the team looks like before obviously giving like a solid conclusion on that one. Finn Cox Harrison has said, which three would you start out of Zinchenko, Gabriel, Adoji, Konza and Akanji? I probably would go, mate, Adoji, Konza and Akanji, to be honest. I just don't trust... actually, I'd probably throw Zinchenko in there over Konza. Joel's in the chat. Watkins, Gordon, Solanke. Should I bench one for Archer or keep like that? I'd probably keep like that. Do I play Football Manager? Not anymore, unfortunately. Probably for the best. Like, some of the hours that I put up on that game in lockdown. A little bit sad. Little bit sad. But it is what it is. Please be quiet. Shut the fuck up, Dan. Alright? Shut the fuck up, mate. Am I from Mansfield? I am, mate. I am. I am indeed. I'm trying to sleep. Bro, be quiet. Susan has said, Son for De Bruyne, one free transfer. I think that makes sense. I'd do that. I'm all on board for that. I don't want to go live with you. Get out of here. There we go. Do keep your questions flying in, guys. Obviously, I will reveal my team in a second over on the YouTube stream as well. What game are we watching tonight, sir? That is a very good question. I want to go for the Newcastle Villa game, mate. I've got a lot of players playing in that one. So I could take that one. Which team do I support? I support Mansfield, the team on screen. Wimbledon fan, unlucky at the weekend. Yeah, it is what it is. You get sometimes games like that where it goes against you, so it's up there. Mansfield is up there with one of the worst places in the UK. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's not a great place. Let's just put it that way. There's a reason I've moved away from Mansfield. Garnacho out for Foden. Is that a good move? I mean, Garnacho's a really good enabler, so probably not. I think there's probably better players that you could remove. Do I have a favourite Scottish team? Yes, it's Stenhouse Muir. If you know, you know. Notts County are better. I mean, Scounty just aren't better. They just aren't. Who do I think's winning the league? Which league? Let me know which league. Up the Stags. Come on. Keeps on or sell? I'd probably sell. Especially with them blanking in 26 now. I think obviously a lot of us want KDB. If Liverpool get a double as well, probably a lot of us want Jota. Elise or Maddison? Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, let's have a look at the Crystal Palace fixture. And I haven't really taken a look. I know they have Sheffield United this week. He is their best player as well. It's not bad, you know. I think I'd have a gamble on Elise, you know. Super Mansfield, absolutely love to see it. Am I at the one call on Saturday? I am not, unfortunately not. Like I said, I don't live in Mansfield anymore, so yeah. And I don't see the point in getting a season ticket. Went to go buy a ticket. Everything had sold out within, like, minutes. So, you know, not the greatest. Do I think Gabriel is starting? I mean, Arteta is as stubborn as a mule. He has given absolutely nothing away. So, yeah. Salford or Wrexham? I mean, both of them are tin pot. At least Wrexham's got a little bit of history. Yeah, hopefully we can get a win. It would be good to get a win. I'll probably find a stream somewhere. Legally. Potentially. Foden or Jota, that's a real difficult one. I like both as a pick. Probably leaning a little bit more towards Jota. Wrexham did beat us in the FA Cup. Not in the league, though. Not in the league. Barrow above Mansfield? I mean, come on. It's not. Barrow is probably up there with one of the worst places I've ever visited in my life. Absolutely shithole. Do you think Trippier is out, mate? I mean, it looks like it's a recurring groin injury that he's had for a few weeks, so I don't think he's necessarily out. I just think, I don't know, he's been in training, so I think he should play. If I had him, I'd probably play him. If there was other options as well, I probably would look to sell him, but I think a lot of us are going for midfield options this week. Would you agree Scottish Prem is better than League One and League Two in England? No. You take Celtic and Rangers away and like half our reject players end up in Scotland, so it's not a better league. Hey John, how you doing, man? Rice and Gabriel will undergo late fitness tests. They will indeed. Do you think Trent will start? I do. I hope so. I'm good, John, mate. I'm good. I hope you're good as well. Had a little bit of time off over the weekend as it was my birthday, but, you know, it is what it is. We're back. We're back with FPL. We should probably get my team out. If you're on TikTok and want to come over to the YouTube stream, my team is on screen right now. So if you want to come and see what my team is looking like, or if you want to ask me any other general questions, probably the best thing that you can do is come over to the YouTube chat. I do think Trippier will play, but obviously he is flagged at the moment. It looks like it's a recurring groin issue that he's had for a few weeks. But yeah, all good. I'm good, Toby. I hope you're good too, man. Cheers for the happy birthday, John. Massively appreciate that. Why do northern towns have such horrible names? I mean, why would you name your settlement Morpeth? I've been to Morpeth as well. Another shithole. Just everywhere's a shithole. I did have a nice birthday. Thank you very much, guys. Is Salah a must-sell now? I mean, he's probably going to miss the next 2 game weeks, so I probably would sell him, to be honest. We're still unsure whether or not Liverpool are getting the double. I think it's about 75%, Ben Crellin has said, for their double. So, obviously, there's still a lot to kind of play. I feel like if it was going to happen, probably would have been an announcement by now, if I can get my words out, but it just hasn't happened so far, has it? Can you ruin my team? I need a second opinion. Yes, if you want to send me your team, send it me on Twitter at FPLTom_. Leave it under my pinned tweet and we will do some team reviews in a little while. Probably in like 20 minutes time, we'll do some team reviews. So if you do want your team reviewing, get it sent to me on Twitter at FPLTom_. Leave it under the pinned tweet. That is the best thing that you can do. Jesus. Why is your fan league Brentford? I mean, like Mansfield obviously aren't on the game, are they? So I had to just pick a team and I went for Brentford. And the cool thing is, if I go for someone like that, there's not as many of their fans. So theoretically, if I have a really good year, I potentially could win the Brentford league. It's just something to put on Twitter, isn't it? If you like win the Brentford league, it is what it is. They're probably, them and Brighton are the only 2 Premier League teams I would support if Mansfield ever went out. Like, of business, went liquidated, you know what I mean? But yeah, probably would be Brentford or Brighton. De Bruyne, Foden or Jota. I mean, I'm having the exact same debate with my team, to be honest. I have one free transfer. It's going to be for Mohamed Salah. Do I stick with the Liverpool team and hope the double is announced? Potentially. Do I bring in KDB and captain him and hope he plays? Potentially. Or do I just go for Foden? And, you know, I do think he's a little bit of a minutes risk with, you know, De Bruyne being back. Just is what it is. Will Alvarez and Foden start? I believe so. I think they will. Should I bring in KDB for a -4? It depends what the rest of your team looks like, Jack. Yo, Tom, are you from Mansfield? I am originally. Should I bring in Martinelli or keep Saka? I probably would keep Saka. Yes. Someone's using the wildcard in the YouTube chat. If you want any help with that, let me know. Any player picks. There is a video on the channel as well, so if you want to go and check that out, or if you want to stay in the stream, that is completely up to you. Palace are clear of Brighton with their history. I get that. I just like the way that Brighton are run. It's a really good. I do go to games. Yes, I don't live in Mansfield anymore, but when I do have time and availability, I do try and get to games. I try my best. Start Gordon, Gross or Palmer. I probably would be going Gross and Palmer, to be honest. I know Anthony Gordon has been a very solid player, very solid pick, but going to Villa Park is a very, very difficult task this season. Villa just do seem pretty immense at home. Obviously, I've got him starting, but I think he will be the player that could come out of the team for KDB if I do go for him. I think that's where my heart is. I think my heart's on KDB. Where do I send my team? If you want to send me a team, at FPLTom_, leave it under the pinned tweet, and that is the best thing that you can do. My midfield would be KDB, Saka, Garnacho, Gordon. I'm getting rid of Gross for KDB. I mean, necessarily, I don't think you need to get rid of Gross. You know, they've got really, really good fixtures. Obviously, there's a reason why you brought him in. I get KDB is the big one. Stags versus County at the weekend. I think it could be like a 2-2 draw, to be honest. Unless we get a striker in, I don't feel confident. Aidan Flint's out as well, so not the best news. I think we've got like 7 defensive injuries, so they're probably going to score some goals. Us up front as well, we're pretty null, so it is what it is. As a Stockport fan, I want a 0-0. Fair enough. I mean, you guys are probably going to win the league. Let's be real. Like, obviously, we did the job New Year's Day, but since then, we needed to buy a striker at the start of January. It hasn't happened. We've lost quite a lot of points. A lot of MTFC stuff in the TikTok chat. I appreciate it all, guys. If you want to come over to the YouTube stream as well and chat about fantasy football, that's massively appreciated. I mean, that's what the stream is for. But you know, we'll chat about Mansfield. Would it be dumb to use my wildcard now if I don't have a free hit left? My team is decent, but I'm still thinking about it. I don't think you necessarily do, Anton. If I remember rightly, your team's in a pretty good place. Obviously, if you send it me on Twitter, I can help you out, maybe guide you in the best direction, get you away from potentially having a little bit of a stinker. If you're enjoying the stream, either on TikTok or YouTube, do smash the like button. It massively, massively helps these streams out, pushes it out to more people. We can do these on a more regular basis. I can book more time off work to do them as well. Got one free transfer, still own Salah. Current mid/forwards are Palmer, Foden, Saka, Gross and Alvarez. Watkins, do I roll or do I bring in KDB? I probably would get rid of Salah, to be honest, mate. It looks like he's going to be out for the next 2 game weeks at least. Still no announcement on this double game week 25 actually taking place as well. Still could miss one of the games in that as well. So I think it probably is worth taking out Salah this week. Saka or Martinelli? Probably would go captain Saka out of those two. How many minutes will Haaland play? I think he's probably not going to start. And I think he's probably just going to come off the bench. That's my personal opinion. That's what I think is going to happen. If you are on the TikTok stream, guys, it seems like we're getting like all sorts of teams in here today. Some absolute riffraff is kicking off in the TikTok chat today. I knew wearing this shirt would absolutely spice things up. Up the Knots? No, it's not. It's up the Mansfield. Bowen out for De Bruyne, late move? I don't think I'd do that. Up the Dons. Hey Josh, how you doing, man? Hope you're doing good. Not up the Chesterfield. Never up the Chesterfield. Up the yellows. Yeah, we can get on board with. No Chesterfield. No Chesterfield in my chat. Palace are clear of Brighton. I mean, everything is happening today, isn't it? You going this week? I'm not, unfortunately. I wish I was, but couldn't get a ticket. It is what it is. Like I've said, I don't live in Mansfield anymore, so there's no point me actually having a season ticket. I just go for the odd game when I can. I'm doing good, Josh. I'm doing good. I hope you are as well. Did you come New Year's Day? No. Like I said, I don't have a season ticket, and like trying to get away tickets at the moment is like that. It pretty much sells out straight away. So it's yeah. Yeah, I know, it's a shame, but it is what it is. I'll probably find a stream legally somewhere. Of the Stags, there we go. Bench one of these three, Gabriel, Trippier or Palmer. Probably with the uncertainty around Gabriel, I probably would bench him, to be honest. Out of all of those three, to be honest. Yeah, that's the way I'd lean with that one. Legally. Yeah, legally. You know, I don't want some like police officer watching this and being like, he's going to stream football illegally. A dodgy box is my best friend. I don't live in Stockport anymore and still watch every game. Yeah, a few of my friends have got them as well and watch all the Stags games. Not condoning it. It is what it is. Thoughts on Mansfield this season? I mean, we need a striker, don't we, realistically? We're absolutely dying for a forward. If we don't get one, we're probably not going to go up. It looks like we've put in offers for 3 strikers, but we'll see what happens. We will see what happens, to be honest. We're going to do some team reviews in about 15 or 20 minutes or so. So if you want to send me those at FPLTom_, leave it under the pinned tweet. Top 3 predictions, I'm guessing you mean in for League 2, is probably going to be Stockport. I reckon Wrexham will come second. And then I think it's a toss-up between like Crewe, Barrow and County for third. And obviously Mansfield. If we sign a striker, great. No, Kelly Dunn is not injured. The problem we've got is we're playing like 2 up front. And he usually plays as like the 10 or just behind the forwards. Has free roam, is absolutely excellent. But we've just decided to put him up front and it doesn't work. Thoughts on Doncaster Rovers? Nice ground. That's all I've got for you. Nice ground. Will Haaland start? I personally don't believe he will. When did Colwell get injured? I know, yeah. It's an absolute kick in the teeth, that one. It means I might have to take a minus. I might bring in Estupinian for Colwell, is my current thought process. But yeah, it's a little bit of a kick in the teeth. Dartford. Jesus. But yeah, Colwell is out injured as well. Pochettino just confirmed it in his press conference. Said he's out injured. It is what it is. My current thoughts for my transfers and my plans are going to be, I think we're going to go for KDB for Salah. I think that's the move I want to make. Then it's a question of whether or not we get some early potential news around Gabriel. If we find out he's out, I think I would be tempted to do a -4. Colwell for Estupinian and put him straight in. That is my current thoughts at the moment, but they could change. They could change. Is Haaland back? Yes, Pep has said that he is available for selection. Take that however you want to mean it. I don't personally think he's probably going to start the game. Having such a long time off, then coming straight back in for a Burnley game, probably not going to happen. I think he'll make a cameo off the bench. Thoughts on Bernardo Silva? I do think he is a potential good option. I just think I prefer to go for Foden, KDB, Haaland, Alvarez, all those players above him. Luke said, Mansfield, what a team. I used to work there. Oh, what did you do, Luke? What did you do? Let us know. Got battered by the massive derby. Will De Bruyne 100% start? Again, I can't comment on that one. Obviously came off the bench in the FA Cup. Came off the bench in Gameweek 21 as well. Pep's comments have suggested that he is ready for a full game to play out. So hopefully this could be the one. This is such a nightmare week. I bet your live will do well. I hope so, man. I hope so. I hope lots of people come and ask some questions. In the kiosk, serving food. Got to watch most of the matches as well, so it was so good. Nice one, man. Nice. What was the most popular item that people ordered from the kiosk? I imagine it was pies, but which pie? Up the Stags. Let's go. Thoughts on Stoke City? I don't really have any thoughts on Stoke City. It's kind of just a bit neutral to me. Never really thought about Stoke, but it is what it is, I guess. Right, what should we take a look at? What should we take a look at before we do some before we go and look at some of your guys' teams? Let's take a look at some predicted points for this week. Like I said, if you are on the TikTok stream and want to come over to the YouTube chat, it would be massively appreciated by me. Like I said, we're trying to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of the season. So if you want to help us out, that would be very good indeed. That would be very good indeed. Right. Here are the predicted points for game week 22. Diego Jota leading the way. Not seen too much love for him so far in either of the chats. 6.9 predicted points for him. Only 8.3% owned as well. You would imagine another strong game week from him. That could absolutely catapult up in terms of ownership. De Bruyne second and Julian Alvarez both with 6.6. Foden with 6.4. Bernardo with 6. Saka with 6. Walker with 5.9. Richarlison with 5.9. And then Darwizzy down at the bottom as well with 5.9. So some very interesting thoughts at the moment from the predicted points. Obviously, Diego Jota leading the way. Interesting. Chelsea at home. I think that's a pretty good fixture, to be honest. Do you snort Sour Patch Kids? That one caught me off guard. Yeah, man, all the time. Absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. But yeah, it's an interesting one that Diego Jota is leading the way in terms of predicted points. Best captaincy for this week, I think genuinely it's honestly going to be so split between people. Obviously, City have got the best fixture. Richarlison's a pretty good bet. Brentford haven't been very good over the past few weeks, especially in terms of defensive data as well. Diego Jota, like I said, leading the way on DraftHound's predicted points model with 6.9. So I think whoever you go for, just back it and hope for the best. Probably Haaland would be the one that I wouldn't go for captain. Everyone else, I probably would. Do you think that Robertson will start this week? I do indeed. A Turkey in a Bush has said, I'm sorry I've missed the last few streams, Tom. I've had pneumonia and been happily greeted to a suspended Kufal. Would Burn be a great option to replace him with? He could be a good option. I know Newcastle... Oh, I've just knobbed that up. Newcastle do have some good fixtures coming up. I mean, after the Villa game, though, that's where it's realistically going to be lying. Probably. I'll go probably. All right, for that one. I've went with Eze, mixing it up. Nice. Appreciate that, Jamie. I like it. But yeah, it's good to have you back, man. It's good to have you back. Welcome back to the stream. Like I said, if you do have any questions or want your team rating, at FPLTom_, leave it under my pinned tweet and we will go and review some of those. Best City midfielders, except Foden and KDB. In my personal opinion, probably Bernardo Silva, as you can see here. 6 predicted points for him this week. He's actually been pretty good in terms of point scoring as well. Picked up a few double-digit hauls so far this season, so I think he's a pretty good option. Who's the best captain? I'm getting that a lot at the moment, so I do actually have a slide for that, I think. Is it that one? It is that one. Here are my top captaincy picks for this week. So if you're on TikTok and want to come over to the YouTube channel, we are currently looking at some potential best captaincy picks. We've got all their per 90 data so far this season, except for KDB. We've used his last season because it's not really fair. He's actually not played a full 90. So yeah, that's live on the YouTube channel right now. So if you want to come and check this graph out and take a look at all the players that I think potentially could be captaincy material for game week 22. We've obviously got Richarlison. He's in fine form, isn't he? 6 goals in his past 7 games. Good per 90 data as well. 0.65 expected goal involvement per 90, averaging 6.41 points per 90 as well. The second best on this list, surprisingly. So very good value for money. My only concern with him, obviously there's a lot of options. Maddison being back, Werner joining that squad. Is Richarlison going to see out 90 minutes? In my personal opinion, probably not. He'll probably play about 70 minutes. So it is what it is. Obviously, I think as well with him having penalties, that does make him a really good option. It's always something that I think is a massive, massive cheat code in the game. So Richarlison, always a fantastic option to potentially go for. Then obviously we've got Haaland. If you look at his per 90 data, it is absolutely unreal. And I get why people potentially are considering captaining him. For me personally, I think It's probably an avoid this week. I think he's probably going to just come off the bench, not actually going to start, getting called a scab. It is what it is. Haaland, obviously, I think for me, I think we wait and see what happens. See how many minutes he plays, and it is what it is. I mean, how are you enjoying non-league, lads? Like, you know, how many years have you been down there? Just saying. Just saying. Then Foden, obviously a very popular captain pick. He's leading the way in terms of captaincy for our poll on YouTube with 43% of the vote. And very good reason for that. He has been a phenomenal player this season for Manchester City. In terms of his data, I'm not overly impressed. Per 90 data isn't that good. And the same with Alvarez as well has to be argued. I don't think either of these guys' per 90 data is absolutely mesmeric. And I don't feel that either of them are, you know, absolutely guaranteed and capable of hitting a double-digit haul compared to the likes of Haaland and KDB, who definitely have that in the locker. KDB proved that last week, even with 21 minutes. He still absolutely smashed it. KDB's obviously data on this screen is from last season, his per 90 data, but still very good and very exciting indeed. And definitely a player I am thinking about. I think I want to go for him. Have you seen Ollie Taylor in the academy for Mansfield? I have not. Is he any good? I mean, the TikTok chat's just people shouting scab at each other. Start Haaland or Garnacho. I probably would play Haaland and just hope for the best. Is Haaland back? Yes, we have had positive confirmation that Haaland is back. Whether or not he's going to actually start the game or play a large majority of it, it's a different story. Best captain choice is probably between Richarlison, Haaland, Foden, Alvarez and KDB in my personal opinion. Opinions on George Maris? I like him. I like the lad. Langstaff, yeah, he can get in the bin. He can get in the bin. He's no Kelly Dunn. What other questions have we got? What do you think about me taking a -4 hit replacing Salah for KDB and Richarlison for Jota? I don't think that the -4 is necessary there. I think if you've got Jota, if you've got Richarlison, keep him. He's a really good option for this week. And if you want to do Salah to KDB, I don't think the minus is required. Do I replace Gomez from -4 then? I only have 2 defenders if Gomez doesn't start. I probably would, yes. Estepinian, obviously top of the radar. Van Heckel, if you want to go down that route, he is nice and cheap. Kyle Walker as well, with the potential double coming up for Manchester City, has played 90 minutes bar 1 game so far this season as well, and even in that one he did secure himself a clean sheet. Do keep the questions flying in. Like I said, guys, we will be doing team reviews in about 8 or so minutes at FPLTom_. Leave it under my pinned tweet, and yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. You asked me my opinions on George Maris. I said he's very good and I like him. There you go. There's my opinions on George Maris. If anyone's got any FPL questions or doesn't want to call me a scab, do get those in the comment section as well. And if you are on TikTok and want to come over to the YouTube stream, that would be massively appreciated by me. And if everyone could like both of these streams, either on TikTok or on YouTube, it does push it out to more people. We can get more people in this chat, get it cooking, review more teams, all that good stuff. Start Garnacho or Gordon. I'm pretty much in the same debate myself. I think I probably would go Garnacho. Saka, Neto or João Pedro captain. Probably go for Saka, my friend. Come on, you stags. Absolutely love it. Not that Chesterfield muck. Nope. Any thoughts on Adam Warhol? Who? Who the hell is this guy? I don't know who this guy is. Until he joins FPL, I have no idea who he is. Is Salah back soon? I'm considering Brennan out, Jota in, but I'm worried Salah will displace Jota and I'll have to struggle to get Mo back in getting rid of the likes of Jota, Saka and Foden. Yeah, I get that. So he's definitely going to miss the next 2 game weeks. So that is something. Probably game week 24 is probably going to be too tight a turnaround as well. So you would imagine he's probably just going to be on the bench for that one, slowly integrated back in the side, then back for game week 25. And if that's not a double and then they blank, you probably don't want Salah. So I think selling Salah could be very beneficial this week, especially if we get no news of that double game week taking place. SJ has said hi. Hope you're doing well, man. Not come on, Oldham. What's your Twitter? It's at FPLTom_. Leave any teams that you want reviewing under the pinned tweet. Or if you go to my bio, there'll be the YouTube, and then you can come to the stream, and then it's in the description there. There's a whole rigmarole if you want to go that way. Is KDB a good captain? I'm thinking about it myself. Obviously up there for predicted points this week. 6 predicted points. Where did I get the shirt? This one? That one or that one? There's like 3. If so, this obviously and the other Mansfield one are from the store, and then the Dortmund one is fake. There's a video, one of my pinned videos on the TikTok is buying that fake shirt for like £12. So yeah, it is what it is. Having my best FPL season so far? Well, that's what we like to hear. I mean, I would like to credit myself and say, I'm probably a part of that. Massive game at Scunthorpe tonight. Who are they playing? I have Konza, Gabriel and Gomez. Should I transfer Estupinian or roll? I probably would bring in Estupinian for Gomez. With Robertson and Trent being back, I think his minutes are going to be limited. At the moment, I have it on Alvarez, but I'm thinking about putting it to KDB and bringing him in. Tamworth. Oh, on Tamworth top as well. That's a big one. First versus second. Yeah. Huge. Well, good luck for Scunthorpe tonight. Obviously, it's been kind of like a little bit of a tragic downfall for them over the past few seasons. So, yeah. Hopefully it goes well for them. Do keep your questions coming in, guys. Like I said, we will go and review teams in about 4 minutes or so. So if you want to send me your team at FPLTom_, leave it under the pinned tweet and we will go and review those. Who to captain is probably between Richarlison, Haaland, Foden, Alvarez and KDB in my personal opinion. Sent my team, going to roll the transfer since I'm stuck with Odegaard not returning in the last few weeks. Well, thank you very much for sending me a team, John. Like I said, we will go and review some of those. Thoughts on Crew's promotion hopes? I mean, when they came to the one call, they're very, very good defensively. Very, very good defensively. Cheers for the rose, Harry. I hope you're doing well, man. But yeah, I think they're very, very well set up defensively. I mean, they've started going on a little bit of a run as well. So hopefully, well, I mean, not hopefully for Mansfield's sakes, but hopefully if you are a Crew fan, they might be able to sneak automatics. I do think Stockport are probably going to go up. Who do I bench between Watkins, Solanke and Gordon? I probably would go Gordon on the bench. Jack has said, is Foden a bad captaincy choice? Definitely not. Definitely not, mate. Up there for predicted points. I think it's 6 predicted points for this week. So, yeah, he's been in fine form. I think he's a very good captaincy option. Cheers for the follow, William. Mansfield have had 2 chances to go top, haven't they? Yes, and we've bottled both. Do you reckon I bring in Haaland? No hit needed. I think personally I'm looking to wait till next week, see what sort of minutes he gets tonight. Not tonight, on tomorrow night, and then make my mind up on that one. Best captain this week is between Richarlison, KDB, Foden, Alvarez, in my personal opinion. Thoughts on Port Vale? Yep, Port Vale are the bane of my life, to be honest. They are the absolute bane of my life. Or should I captain Haaland or Saka? I think I probably would go Foden above both of those at the moment. Saka's not really there, is he, in terms of form? Haaland, we don't know about the minutes he's going to be playing. Obviously, we know he's back, and, that's at least a positive, but it is what it is. Bring in Haaland, will he start? I don't think he's going to start, but I probably would be looking, or at least have a plan to get him in for game week 23, which obviously is at the weekend. There will be a stream for that one as well, guys. So, yeah, follow, like, subscribe so you are notified when I do go live next time. Who do I bench? Tony Doherty against Brighton. I probably would bench Doherty, to be honest. I'd play Ivan Toney. Who would you captain between Bowen, Richarlison and Foden? Probably leaning more towards the latter two than Bowen. I think, Bournemouth are a pretty good side. West Ham as well. We don't know what condition Kudus is going to be in. What condition Bowen's still in as well. Obviously, he's going to be fit and available. But it is what it is. Wrexham fan here. Who's your top 3 at the end of the season? I think probably going to be Stockport, Wrexham, and I hope Mansfield. But I could see us, if we don't get a striker and injuries keep mounting up, we could very easily fall off and go playoffs again, which would be absolutely painful. But yeah, I definitely think Stockport and Wrexham are probably going to go up. And then it's probably a battle for third between us, Barrow, Crewe and Scounty. Didn't realise Mansfield were Castore. Shirt is mint. It's a really nice shirt. I'm not a big fan of Castore though. Not a big fan. I had to get... So I've got Akins on the back of the shirt. And I had to get it reprinted because as soon as I left the store, it was like already peeling. It is what it is. Who would you start between Solanke and Palmer? I probably would go Palmer. A striker, yeah. We're absolutely desperate for a striker. Is Garnacho still a good option? Yeah, I think he's definitely in that first team for Manchester United. What he does allow, he's just a great enabler at that price point. Allows you to get the likes of when Salah is back, KDB, Haaland, Son, all these bigger name players into your team as well. And he plays and has the ability to go and get goals and assists. Right, let's go and start reviewing some of your guys' team. Let's see how many we've been sent. 5, guys, come on, we can do better than that. We can do better than that. If you want your team sent in, it is this pinned tweet here right now on screen. Yes. Deadline stream, Gameweek22, the pinned tweet on my post at FPLTom_. Leave your teams under this pinned tweet and we will try and review as many as we possibly can. I did Ethan's team. Like I said to you, I don't think you should be wildcarding and personally wouldn't take a -4 for a goalkeeper either way, to be honest. Same with this one. I probably do Estepinian for Gabriel, who's on the bench. JB, I think you're kicking around in the TikTok chat. Take a look at the bench. Don't know who to start. He's got Martinez, Tarkowski, Gusto Konza, Saka, Gordon, Palmer, Bowen, Foden, captain, Watkins, Solanke. On the bench, he's got Pickford, Haaland, Mengi, and Trippier. Ooh, I think I'd have a gamble and put Haaland in over Gordon. I probably would have a little bit of a gamble there, JP, to be honest. So yeah, I'd do that. I'd do that. That's what I'd do. Tom Birch has sent me his team as well. Areola, Pedporo, Gabriel Cash, Garnacho, Richarlison, Saka, Palmer captain, interesting. Julian Alvarez, Solanke and Watkins. I probably wouldn't have the captaincy on Palmer. Obviously, Botman can come in if Gabriel isn't fit and available. So yeah, I'd probably do that. I probably would do that. Regan has sent me his team with the points rather than the actual players themselves. Pickford, Gabriel, Romero, Walker, Kanate, Bernardo, Smith Rowe, Rashford, Darwin, Watkins and Ketia. Stone's obviously back in training. So you've already got Triple City. You're going to have to find a way to get Haaland in next week. So this is a difficult one, man. This is a difficult one. Because you're going to have to probably take Stones out. Probably for someone like Estepinian. And then if you've got enough money to then go and get Haaland back in. Because realistically, if he comes off the bench and starts to play, it's going to be a tough one, isn't it? It is going to be a tough one. VibXZ. Cool. They've bench boosted and it's looking very good for their bench boost. Areola, Palmer, Watkins and Anderson from Crystal Palace on the bench boost. Rest of the team looking ridiculously strong. João Pedro with the captaincy armband as well. So hopefully that one pays off for you. And your bench boost is very successful. John, who I know is in the YouTube chat, he's put roll in the transfer. Captaincy either Foden, Saka or Richarlison. I think all of them are really, really good picks. I just can't get behind Saka at the moment. He's not in form at all. I probably would be more inclined to go for Richarlison over Foden, in my personal opinion, if I own the two. So that's probably the way that I would go there, John. Like I said, guys, if you want to send me your teams at FPLTom_, leave it under my pinned tweet. And we will go and have another batch of reviewing those, probably around 5 o'clock-ish. So if you want to send me those, do get your teams in and we will review as many as we possibly can. So do get your teams sent to me on Twitter and we will try and review as many as we possibly can. Let's have a quick look at league team news, see if there's anything else kind of kicking about. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it, to be honest. Yeah. Doesn't look like we've got any early team news so far. What questions have I missed? Is Garnacho still a good option? Yeah, we did that one. Gabriel's situation. Arteta was very kind of laid back about it. Didn't really give too much away, as always with Arteta. There is going to be a late fitness call on that one for Gabriel. I have Haaland. Should I captain him this week? Probably not going to play like the whole game. He'll probably come off the bench. That's my personal opinion. And I think that's what will happen. But other than that, probably not. Do you think Moreno will start with when Digne is back? I mean, both of them kind of rotate a lot. And I think it's extremely difficult to call either way. Who's going to play, who's going to start every single week for them. Do you think Arsenal will keep a clean sheet? I do, actually. Was I at Plough Lane? No, it was my birthday, so I was just at home. Just chilling out. We've absolutely smashed through that water today. Absolutely smashed through it. Worth bringing in Haaland. I currently have Tony, Solanke and Watkins. I think you could probably go this week without him, Josh, to be honest. I think this week is more see what sort of minutes, see what sort of condition he's in, then make a judgment call for the weekend. That's my personal opinion. Because obviously City play on Monday night, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So it'll be Wednesday and Monday, so we'll have a nice good gap to recover as well. We get a good look at him. And realistically, like his EO isn't going to be too high at the moment, so it is what it is. Will Crew go up? I hope not. I hope not. If as long as it's not at the expense of us, but it probably is going to be. So it is what it is. Do I like Plymouth? I have absolutely no opinion on Plymouth. None whatsoever. Where are you hearing this news that he's apparently passed his fitness test? Then jokes, let's do. Would you take Johnson out for Jota? Yeah, I think I would. I think Johnson's a little bit of a rotation risk. Who do you realistically will win against Notts and are you going? I'm not. I do think we have a potential chance of winning the game. I think with us having quite a lot of defensive injuries, though, it is going to pose quite a few questions. No Flint as well is going to be a huge blow. Absolutely massive blow. A Turkey in a Bush has said, down with the Argyle. Checked on Eduardo who? Let's copy that. If this is like, actually, you know what? I don't trust you. So I'm going to put it on that screen while I go and search this guy on Twitter. Okay. Let's have a look. Apparently they've both passed fit. Okay. This guy seems pretty reliable. But then at the same time, I can't see this. Okay. All right. I'll give you that one. Here's the tweet. Let me just scroll up for you guys. Here's the tweet. I mean, it's got nearly 10k likes. Declan Rice and Gabriel should be past fit to start today. Link to the story here. Should be past fit. Not definite. Hopefully we can get like a positive leak. But at least it's something. A few more people have sent me their teams. Let's go and have a look at these. Tom Birch. He's got Areola, Pedporo, Gabriel, Cash, Garnacho, Richarlison, Saka, KDB, Palmer, Julian Alvarez, Watkins. Yeah, I think there's nothing you can really do there. You might have like some defensive headaches or some points on the bench which might cause you a few issues. Obviously, Botman can come in for Gabriel if he doesn't play. So I think his team's pretty good, Tom. In a pretty good place. Do I wildcard or take a -4 to replace Gomez? I want to transfer out Colwell, Gomez, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Alvarez, Watkins, and maybe also Burn and Raya. I mean, to be honest, like you've got a front 3, 4. probably just need a defender in there and you should be fine. I think I'd take the -4 and hold. Because realistically, this is all dependent on if Liverpool double, right? We still don't have any kind of confirmation on that one. And I think you can get to these players quite easy. So I think I'd probably just take the -4, to be honest, Anton. Nathan Marsh, 2 free transfers, 5.5 million in the bank. He's got Cunha up against Thingy. I can't really see what's on the bench here either, which is annoying. No City players is a big blow. So I probably, whoever's on your bench, I would be looking to bring in the likes of Foden, KDB, Bernardo Silva, in my personal opinion there. Nathan. Let me know who's on that bench, man. Let me know who's on that bench. Why not Haaland instead for yourself? Rate my team AA1. I'll go and have a look at that in a minute, mate. Yeah, I just can't back it. I think with KDB, he at least offers me a captaincy option. I just can't get behind Alvarez as a captaincy option. Up the Stags, let's go. Captain Haaland, not in my personal opinion, but I can see why people might want to do it. Would you start Gomez or Konza? I think with both Trent and Robertson being back, I probably would go for Konza, my friend. Currently 18k, brought in Jota, hoping he can be the slight differential from the template. Hopefully so, man. Opinions on Lewis Brunt? I mean, if you'd asked me this a couple of weeks ago, probably would have been a lot more positive. I think he's had a few shaky performances in the past few weeks, but I think he's slowly getting better. Prior to the past few weeks, though, he was really good when he was playing next to Aidan Flint. You can definitely see he'll probably play at a higher level as well. What are your thoughts on Crew taking your home unbeaten record? It is what it is. Not the worst thing in the world. Do we start Erling? If I had him, I probably would. Would I look to bring him in? I think probably not, unless we get a positive team news, like leak from like someone like FPL Tony that he's going to play. What time is the deadline? Nathan has asked on the YouTube chat. It is at 6 o'clock. If you are on the TikTok stream as well and want to come over to the YouTube chat, you get to see my team on screen right now. When we review teams as well, your screen will be on the screen, sorry. And we're trying to hit 5k subs. So if you want to help me do that, come over to the YouTube stream, hit that subscribe button. If you want to stay on TikTok, like it, share it, do whatever, follow. Massively appreciated by me. Lil Wolf 3919, thank you for the follow, my friend. Start Palmer or Bailey? I probably would go Palmer. In terms of captaincy, I probably would be more leaning towards KDB than Foden, in my personal opinion, but either are both great options for this week. Both are really good options. We need to do our transfers at some point, and I am thinking KDB. Will Gabriel start? I mean, I think from that tweet it is suggesting pretty positive that he will start tonight's game. Again, that is the first game, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's the first game tonight as well. So we might get a little bit of team news for that one. We might. I'm saying we might. Who sent me their teams? Here we go. We've had another team sent in. Should I captain Foden or Alvarez? Dubravka, Saliba, Pedporo, Gabriel, Palmer, Bowen, Saka, Foden captain, Alvarez, Watkins, and Solanke. I probably would captain Foden over Alvarez, to be honest, in my personal opinion. So I'd probably stick with that. Haaland going to start, you reckon? No, I don't think so. I personally don't think so. Don't think so. Do not think so. Luton aren't a bad team at home. I agree with that. I do agree with that one. They've got a pretty good home record and pretty good defensive kind of like expected goals conceded record as well. Can I find yours? Yes. Let's go and find yours. Click the wrong button. Let's go and find yours, mate. Let's go and find it. Like I said, guys, if you want your team rating before the stream, at FPL Tom_, leave it under the pinned tweet, and that is the best thing that you can do. There's your team. AA1. Areola, Konate, Walker, Pedporo, Gordon, Bailey, Foden, Saka, Tony, Solanke, and Haaland. Bench is a little bit stinky, isn't it? Little bit stinky, but I think other than that, would I captain Haaland? I don't think I would. I'd probably give Foden, just for the fact I feel he's a little bit more secure in minutes at the moment, over Haaland with the armband, but that's my personal one. Can you give me a thumbs up if you see this? There you go, my friend. Mansfield get battered everywhere they go. I mean, not really. Not really. Palmer in for João Pedro. Leave Watkins and Haaland up top. I mean, why are you benching João Pedro, man? I don't think I'd bench João Pedro. I think he's a fantastic option. Haaland start, you think? Like I've said, probably not. Probably not. Thoughts on Reading? I mean, it's absolutely shit what's happening at the moment, isn't it? It's not a nice situation. So yeah, hopefully it can be resolved. Like Mansfield have had owner issues in the past. I know a lot of other clubs as well have had really, really stinky owners. So hopefully it can just be fixed and resolved. And it is what it is. What you reckon, Estupinian or Porro? I mean, with Porro having that blank in 26, I probably would be a little bit more inclined to go for Estupinian. KDB, Foden or Alvarez Cap? I probably would go KDB, Foden, Alvarez in that order. That would be my personal look on things. What I wanted to look at actually today was this here. So these are the odds from, I don't know where they're from. They're from some betting website, let's put it that way. And I feel this gives like a bit of an inclination as towards what teams are kind of outright favourites and where kind of stuff is expected to kind of go, to be honest. If you're looking at it, like some of the favourites for tonight, Arsenal big favourites. The Fulham-Brighton game, there's not really too much to call. Obviously, the bookies are back in Brighton, but they're not giving like huge odds away for Luton to win that game. Everton 2-1 as well against Fulham, so obviously you're expecting a little bit more of a dominant performance from Everton. Crystal Palace are expected to batter Sheffield United, looking at the odds here, 6-1 for them. And Newcastle, interestingly, a lot of us have spoke about Anthony Gordon and what he's potentially going to be doing, maybe playing Kieran Trippier as well. They're 3-1 to win, even 3-1 to draw at Villa Park. I think that speaks volumes for the record that Villa have at home this season. So definitely an interesting one there from an FPL perspective. I think if I was like, I think Gordon is going to end up on the bench for me. And obviously the bookmakers do not fancy Newcastle tonight against Aston Villa, so it is what it is. Moving on to Wednesday's game, we've got Tottenham versus Brentford. Again, Brentford, the underdogs in that one, 4-1 for them. Manchester City versus Burnley, 28-1 for Burnley. So very heavy, the bookies are back in Manchester City for a very comfortable and strong win. And that is why a lot of us are backing these City assets, turn into the double, even potentially some people the triple City assets. In terms of the Liverpool game, Liverpool are favourites that one. Chelsea around about 4-1 to win that one. So probably again another good reason maybe not to start the likes of Diassi, Colwell, people like that. I think Cole Palmer does kind of stand out from that one, just down to the fact that he is a penalty taker and you can always get a random penalty in any game. Then looking at some other ones, West Ham and Bournemouth, again not really too much to call there. And then United obviously favourites against Wolves, but not clear favourites, which is an interesting one. Tom, did you see about the National League game on TNT Sports? I did not. What is going off? Top G has said, check X, I sent my team. Cool, man, we'll go and check it. We'll go and check it in a second. Pedporo or Gross this week? Probably would go Pedporo. Where am I in the world? I am 182,000, so not too bad. Hopefully if we can get a couple more good weeks going, take a little bit of kind of momentum into when we start using chips, we could break into that top 100k. If we could get like a top 50k finish this year, I'd be very happy with that. Very impressed with that one. Score predictions for Forest versus Arsenal. I'm probably going to go for like a 2-1 win for Arsenal, to be honest. Richarlison a good differential captain? Yeah, I think so. Forever in the shadow of the Pies? I mean, we're not. We're not though, are we? Like, how was you spelling non-league football, lads? Come on. Come on. Someone's asked, how would you get free Liverpool plus free City for double game week 22, but you'd have to -4 in game week 26 and have only 10 players? I mean, it depends what the free from each are going to be, but I probably have a good understanding of who they would be. And I think you could definitely get yourself out of that one, so it is what it is. Is Romero a better option than Moreno? Probably, but they do blank in 26. Should I bring in Haaland? For me personally, not. I think it's a wait and see unless we get some potential team leaks from someone like FPL Tony, a very reliable source, suggesting otherwise. Ebbsfleet versus Oldham on at 5 p.m. on Saturday. No, I didn't see it. Is there something? Is Big Willie a captaincy shout? I mean, potentially. You can't beat a big Willie, can you? I reckon KDB starts. Yes, I do. Should I start Haaland? I think if you have him, go for him. I probably wouldn't captain him, though. That would be my advice. That would be my advice. Right, we've got about an hour and 20 till the deadline. Still a lot kicking off. Let's go and have a look if anyone else has sent me their teams on Twitter. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We've had quite a few flying here. Daw, he said, 1 free transfer. What do I do? He has got Areola, Trent, Gabriel, Pedporo, Foden, Saka, Palmer, Diego Jota, Watkins, Solanke and Julian Alvarez. Gordon on the bench as well. He's got the 1 free transfer. I probably would roll it, you know. Roll it, take it into next week, see what the situation is with Haaland as well. That would be my advice for that one, Dar. Who else have we got? Olgret. Areola, Pedporo, Gabriel, Konza, Palmer, Foden, Richarlison, Bowen, Saka, Watkins and Solanke. 1 free transfer, roll, or maybe a defender transfer. I mean, you've got Pinnock to come in if Gabriel doesn't play, so I think that's fine. Then I think maybe roll. I think roll makes sense. Obviously, you've got Foden here as well. I like that. I like that idea. I'm on board with that. Alex Naylor has sent me his team or her team. We're not assuming genders. Henderson, Pedporo, Estepinian, Walker, Odegaard, Saka, Palmer, KDB with the armband, Foden, João Pedro and Cunha. Tony on the bench. Saliba on the bench as well over Cunha. Like, unless you're a Wolves fan, I think I probably would start Saliba over Cunha. I'd probably even start Tony over Cunha. But I've said this before and look what's happened. Yusuf, use wildcard. Any changes? Haaland, KDB. Probably wouldn't have Sterling. Definitely wouldn't have Sterling. And Gusto as well. I wouldn't have Gusto. Take Gusto and Sterling out. Obviously, they blank in 26 as well. Palmer's probably the only player that I would keep during that run. Everything else is okay, I guess. But yeah, I'd take Gusto and Sterling out. Because otherwise, and same with Werner as well. I'd take Werner out. If you want a forward that is nice and cheap, João Pedro is probably in man. Bournemouth probably going to have a double as well at some point as well. Rumoured to be 27 or 28, so I think having Solanke is probably worth it as well. What team do I support? I support Mansfield Town. Play Palmer or Gordon? I'd probably play Palmer over Gordon, to be honest. This is my team for this week. This is Anton's team. He's got Raya, Walker, Zinchenko, Trent, Gordon, Richarlison, KDB, Palmer, Alvarez, Watkins and João Pedro. Areola and Burn on the bench. I like it, mate. I like it. I don't think there's any changes that I'd make for that. Obviously, you've still got Salah and Colwell kicking about, but if anyone does need to come off or whatever, you've at least got Dan Burn there. I like it. I like it. Let's take a look if anyone else has sent me any other ones. Let's have a look. I think we've done everyone, unless there's someone like hidden away. Apologies if you're hidden away. Here we go. We have got another one. That's a lovely screenshot you've got of me there. Thank you for that one. Max Mayer has got Areola, Zinchenko, Pedporo, Saliba, Bernardo, Foden, Saka, Richarlison, Bowen, Watkins, and Alvarez as well. Again, I don't think there's any questions I'd make there. Changes I'd make there. Sorry. Obviously, Alvarez probably for Foden next week. Rest of the team looking pretty strong. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Do keep your questions coming in, guys. Like I said, if anyone wants their team reviewing as well, at FPLTom_, leave it under the pinned tweet. That is the best thing you can do. Mr. Tate, please stop trying to seduce Tom. I benched Areola 3 weeks in a row up until last week where I decided it was time to give him a go. So bench Petrovic. I don't want to make the wrong decision 5 weeks in a row. What do I do? I probably would play Areola this week. I think he's clear. Would you still captain Alvarez? I mean, I still have him as my captain at the moment, Max. I do prefer KDB and Foden as captaincy options over Alvarez, but it is what it is. Alex has said, up the Stags, yes. Alvarez or Foden captaincy, who do you reckon? I think I'd be more leaning towards Foden, as is the poll as well in the YouTube chat as well. What is my Twitter? It's at FPLTom_. Leave it under my pin tweet, like I said. Let's see if we can get another poll going on here. How do I get another one going on here? Yes, that is about as much use as a chocolate teapot. Interact, maybe? Quick poll. Here we go. Text poll. There we go. There's a poll. Enjoy that. There's a poll for the TikTok chat now as well. So go and get your votes in for that one for the best captain for this game week. What's your Twitter? We did that one. Hi Tom, just sent mine through. Appreciate that, man. Jake, hey man, how's the knee? Cheers for sending me a team. We'll go and look at that as well. Would you start Areola and Solanke even though they play each other? I mean, I am. It is what it is. Miss my team. Oh, I'm sorry, John. We'll go and have a look. Like I said, there is a poll on the TikTok and the YouTube chat for the best captain for this game week. So do get your votes in for that one. Right, let's have a look at any of these teams that I've potentially missed. Here's Shane. Morning, Tom. 1 free transfer. Tons in the bank. Saka as first sub. Doesn't feel right, but not sure who makes way. Will most likely roll. I mean, yeah, it's a real difficult one, that one. If anyone, it'd probably be Watkins that I would be tempted to drop for Saka, but he hasn't been in the form, has he, to be honest? And if you want to take 2 to next week, I fully understand that. Just obviously, it could, you know, there could be a negative effect, and Saka could end up with quite a lot of points on the bench, but I think you've gone the right way there. Watkins isn't in great form and probably would be the only player that I would potentially change there. Shane, mate. Here he is, the co-host of our preview streams. Like I said, we do 2 streams a week on the YouTube channel. We obviously have the deadline one and we have the preview one as well on Wednesday nights. Usually that's if everything is normal in terms of FPL. This week it will be on the Friday as well. So get yourself down to that if you do have any questions and want to see how me and Jake are getting on. Use my free transfer, but 14.2 mil in the bank. Obviously bought in Raul Jimenez this week, Fort and Cuckoo. I think the rest of the team is fine, to be honest, Jake. I really do. Would I play Diassi over? No, because you've got... Okay, yeah, I think that's fine. You've used your transfer. I think you'll get a good look at what situation Haaland's in. That'll probably be a transfer for next week. And you can probably get rid of Semenyo up to Haaland. There you go. 1 free transfer, plan or roll. Okay, let's have a look. Areola, Estepinian, Pedporo, Trent, Saka, Bowen, Richarlison captain, Foden, Julian Alvarez, Watkins and Solanke. Palmer, Saliba on the bench is a stinger. That's a big stinger, you know. Because I don't want to say put them in for the likes of probably Watkins or Saka, but I think you could have a lot of heartbreak on this bench. I can't lie to you, but I think the team is too strong to potentially change anyone else. I don't think I'd necessarily make a transfer either. I'd probably roll. You'll have a good see and situation and understand what position Haaland's in as well for the weekend. So yeah, I probably would roll. Take 2 into next week. Harry, 11 mil in the bank for next game week. Thoughts? I like it, Harry. I like it a lot. A lot of people have Cunha. Interesting. Pickford, Pedporo, Saliba, Trent, Neto, Palmer, Foden, KDB, Watkins, Solanke and Cunha. I like this team. I do like this team. Hopefully, you're back in Wolves against United. Could go one way, could go the complete other. What's kicking off in the YouTube chat? Balls out on camera again. Sent mine in. It's Madison photo. Okay, we'll go and take a look at those. Guys, lick the stream for Tom's bacteria. Okay. Pretty weird comment. Would you be tempted to Haaland or KDB for or just the hold this week with Phil? I probably would just hold this week with Phil. That'd be my personal opinion, mate. I'd just hold this week. Should I take Gross out of my team? No, Brighton still have one of the best fixture runs in the league. You obviously brought him in for a reason. So, you know, it is what it is. Bowen or Foden captain? I probably would go Foden. Kudos a good option for this week. I mean, I'd rather wait and see that he's definitely going to play before I brought him in. Up the Stags. Yeah, let's go. I still need to make my transfer as well. I am thinking we're going to go KDB in. And we're going to give him the armband. That's where my head's at the moment. Let me know where your head's at. Let's have a look if we've got any early team news potentially kicking about. The best captain poll for the TikTok did win, and KDB did eventually win it. So cheers for everyone who got involved on that one. Stags are bottling it big time. Is KDB a guaranteed starter? No, he could be on the bench again. Ralmo. Oh, hey, man. Hey, man. Yeah, sure, shoot. Let's have a joke. And if it's inappropriate, I probably can't read it. Yep, there we go. There's the inappropriateness. Oh, dear me. It is what it is. Just that one. Would you start Thomas Tuchel or Alvarez? Obviously Alvarez. I'm thinking KDB because a game against Burnley would be a way good. Yeah, I'm thinking the exact same. He's had 2 games off the bench now. I think he is due a start. Obviously, City don't play till Monday after this as well, so I do think he is a good value for a start, to be honest. Raul's having me on here. Raul pal, my slops are pretty good. I can't lie. Unfortunately, Brandon, I'm not. I couldn't get a ticket. I was at home this weekend as well. I actually don't live in Mansfield anymore, so it is what it is. Would you bring Salah? Would you bring in Salah when he's back? Yes, especially if they get that double game week confirmed in game week 25. I definitely would have him back in my team. If it doesn't get confirmed, probably not. Jack, I am rating teams if you want to send them me at FPLTom_. Leave it under my pinned tweet. And like I said, we will get those reviewed. Would I start Haaland this week if I did him? Yeah. Can you do my team? Sent it in. Yeah, let's go and have a look. Sometimes they don't pull through though, guys. So if you sometimes you have to follow me. Sometimes make sure it's under this pinned tweet. Sometimes it just doesn't appear. Yeah, so you might have to send it a few times, which is annoying, I get. But like I can't help the way that it works. Right, here we go. We've got someone's team here. Addy Caps. I think that's your name. I hope I didn't absolutely butcher that. Taken on a Nokia 310 here. Areola, Trent, Pedporo, Estepinian, Palmer, Bowen, Salah, Foden, Watkins, Tony, and Solanke. I probably, mate, would just get KDB in for Salah. I think that's a very nice and easy move. If you've also got the free funds as well, to then obviously get Haaland in for the weekend. I think that's a great move to potentially go for there. That would be my advice on that one. Let's have a look if I've missed anybody else's team out. John, I did miss your team out. I do apologise, my friend. Here is your latest team. Areola, Saliba, Estepinian, Colwell, Richarlison captain, Foden, Saka, Palmer, Isak, Solanke and Watkins, Son, Taylor and Lascelles on the bench. I'm guessing you have a free transfer still kicking about. Probably would be Son for KDB. If I can then get to Haaland at the weekend, probably would be the way that I'd go. I necessarily don't think you need to make a transfer this week. I think everyone in this team should play. So if you wanted to roll next week, actually Colwell won't play. So you're probably going to need a defender in here, because I don't think Lascelles or Taylor are going to play. So I probably would be tempted to go for a defender. Let me have a look who's got some good fixtures coming up. Obviously, you've already got Estupinian in there. So let's have a look. Let's take a look at some of the fixtures coming up for some teams. Maybe a Villa defender. I know you've obviously got Isak, but they've got a really solid run as well coming up. No blank in 26 and potentially no blank in 29 as well. Crystal Palace is not the worst fixtures in the world. Maybe Mark Gahey back on the menu. Tete from Fulham could be an option as well. Any United defenders as well. They've got a pretty good run. Not too bad either. So they're probably some of the players that I would look to bring in this week, John. Take Colwell out. Probably for Konza, a Fulham player, because they play in both blank game week 26 and game week 29 as well. And they've got an alright fixture this week as well. So definitely think that is what I would probably do in there. I have Saka, Nunes or Haaland. Who should I captain out of them? Probably, mate, Saka. I don't think Haaland is going to start. Cheers for sending me a team. Shane's asked, is Haaland worth having? Probably not this week. Probably not this week. Let's have a check. Make sure there's none hiding away down here. Cool. Right. Ethan has sent me his team. He's got one free transfer. 11.9 million in the bank. He's got Areola Turner, Gabriel Trent, Gahey, Konza. So you've got a back three. You've got midfielders. Got Alvarez. You've still got the money to go Alvarez to Haaland next week. You could do KDB to Saka. That is an option. Could do Johnson up to Richarlison as well. That could be a nice little option that you potentially could go for. Gives you an option there. Maybe Bernardo Silva if you wanted to go down that route. There's always that option. He's probably, realistically, Johnson is the player that I would be looking to get out this week. Anthony Gordon's not a bad shout either. After Villa, they've got Luton, Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth. Pascal Gross still a great option. Luton, Crystal Palace, Tottenham, Sheffield United, Everton, Fulham and Nottingham Forest for them as well. So, you know, there's definitely some good midfield options out there, Ethan. Jack McDowell, one free transfer, 10.6 million in the bank. He's got Areola, Pedporo, Estupinian, Saliba, Trent, Gross, Saka, Garnacho, Gordon, Watkins, Julian Alvarez with the captaincy armband. Probably the only one. I probably would start Palmer over Garnacho in my personal opinion. Or maybe Anthony Gordon. He's just got the penalties over these two and it's always a great asset to take advantage of. In terms of free transfers, you could bring, I think I'd just wait. I'd take two into next week. See what's happening. John, we did your team. I recommended probably taking Colwell out. There's a blank in 26 for Chelsea as well. So probably worth doing, my friend. Probably worth doing. Would you be happy if you brought any Doncaster players? I don't really know any Doncaster players, so probably not. Kyle Walker, another great shout there, John, as well. Love it. Love it, my friend. Right, what's happening? Hey, Jeff, welcome to the chat. I really want to use my chips every week. Without your streams, I would have no chips left. Thanks for the help. No worries. Can you give this quick refresh? Just sent it in. Walker, yeah, I think it would be a great shout. I wonder if KDB's time. Kyle Walker. What's up, Tom Lad? Would you start Haaland over Palmer or Cunha? Feel bad benching Cunha versus United, who are shite, and Palmer is in good form. I get that. I think sometimes you do have to kind of look against the fixtures when players are in certain patches of form. Definitely Palmer as well with the with obviously the penalties as well. He is a great asset to go for. Are we going for KDB? Yes or no? I think we are going to go for KDB. I'm just waiting to see if we can get any early team news out of someone like FPL Tony or anything like that. Hello, welcome to the stream. You think Haaland will play today? Well, he's definitely not going to play today. He might play tomorrow. I think he's probably going to start on the bench. A bit of a benching headache. 789. If you wouldn't mind sharing your thoughts. Let me go and have a look. Let's have a look. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. It's just absolutely froze. But let's go and have a look. Someone wants their team reviewing. We'll go and help them out. Don't know how that looks for you guys. Not great. Website's really struggling today. Probably because a lot of people are on it. I'm doing good, Matthew. I hope you're doing good too. Who to bench between João Pedro, Jota, Watkins, or Solanke? If I had to pick anyone right now, probably be Watkins, you know. Which free to start? Trent, Porro, Gabriel, Estepinian. Probably Estepinian, Porro, and Trent, in my personal opinion. Right, let's take a look at this guy's team. So it probably looks something like this. Bowen in for probably Douglas Luiz. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. If you wanted to do anything else, I mean, how much money have you got left in the bank? 6.2, 14.1. So realistically, next week, you're probably looking to do Watkins. I probably would just roll the transfer. I think your team's strong enough for this week. Roll the transfer, and then you've got 2 next week to have a little bit of a fiddle. Maybe Solanke comes out. Maybe Watkins comes out if he blanks again. That would be my personal opinion on that one. Sent my team. Cheers, Christopher. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Let's have a look. It hasn't come through yet, so we'll have a little nosy down in the old discard bin. We've got about an hour till the deadline, so if you want to get your team reviewed by me at FPLTom_, leave it under the pinned tweet, as so many of you have done this week. Can't see your team, Christopher, unfortunately. Unless it's hiding away. Why isn't my team sending to you? If you want to just type it out in the chat, that's always an option as well. Sometimes it does that. Make sure you're following me. Here's Chris's team. Colwell to Walker, 1 free transfer, 13 mil in the bank. I think that's a very smart move. Very safe, very secured. You could even just play Palmer over Colwell. That could be an option there, Chris. Nah, you're good. I've got your team now. Man. But yeah, that would probably be my personal advice there. I think you could roll, realistically. Put Palmer in for Colwell, roll. It's always an option. You do have Gordon as captain, which is a little bit of an interesting one. If you want to take Colwell out, though, I do think Walker is a great shout. Let's have a look at this other one we've been sent in. Every week. Sarakaf. Again, man, I apologise. Every week, I just feel awful. I have 2 free transfers. What should I do? I'm thinking Gusto to cash / burn and bench him. Otherwise, roll the transfers. I don't think I'd bring in Matty Cash. Not for me. Matty Cash is probably not the one I'd go for. Maybe Van Heckel if you wanted to keep it nice and cheap at the back. That's always an option. I'd definitely be playing Trent in this team as well. 100% be playing Trent in this team. Over who, though? It's a difficult call. Again, it's probably going to be Ollie Watkins, if anyone, for Trent. Other than that, transfer-wise, I don't think Cash and Burn are probably the one. Maybe Burn. They do have nice fixtures after this week, so he could be an option. But other than that, yeah, it is what it is. It's a little bit of a difficult one, that one. Maybe a Palace defender if you wanted like a little bit of fun for 1 week. They got Sheffield United. Doherty or Saliba, also Haaland or Palmer. I probably would go Saliba and Haaland. But I wouldn't be like... I think Palmer could... He'll see out the game. He will play the game. Haaland, you just have to hope whenever he does come on, he does score. I do feel it is a little bit inevitable. Johnson to Richie and then Alvarez to Haaland next week. I like that. I do like that. Where can I send my teammate? If you want to send me on Twitter at FPLTom_, leave it under my pin tweet. And if you come over to the YouTube stream, you will see your team obviously on the screen being reviewed. All that good stuff. Van Dijk or Trent? I think Trent's the better option. Am I from Mansfield? I am indeed from Mansfield. What other cool stuff have we got left? Let's have a look. We did predictor points. We did captaincy. We haven't done Who Am I? Obviously, this is a player. If you're on TikTok and want to come over and look at what we're doing right now on the YouTube stream, this is a player's Wikipedia bio. All I'm going to ask you is, who is this player? Started his youth career at Cadbury Athletic, then went to Walsall, then broke into the Walsall first team between 2014 and 2016, making 46 appearances, scoring 2 goals. and then moved to Brentford in 2016, where he is still there today, playing 186 times, scoring 5 goals. Obviously played for England's under-19s and 20s, but never made a senior first-team appearance. Who is this player? Let me know. Let me know in the comments right now, guys. Who do you think this player is? Who am I showing? Whose Wikipedia am I showing off here? And we will get some more questions and all good stuff kicking off. And I think we'll probably have a look around for some leaks, see if we find out anything about KDB, because I am going to have to make a transfer pretty soon and make sure to save it as well. Like I said, if you're enjoying any of the content that you see on the channel, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Massively appreciated by me. And yeah, keep the likes coming in. There is a poll kicking about on the YouTube chat. Foden is currently winning for the best captain for Game Week 22. But like I said, let me know who this player is on screen right now. Ryan Dale has said captain Alvarez or Bowen. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Jared Bowen, but Bournemouth have been very good, probably for the past 2 months under Iriola. So I probably would go Alvarez. Thoughts on Alfie Gilchrist? I don't know who that is, so I can't give you any thoughts on it. Saka or Maddison for captain? I probably would go Saka out of the two. Just hit my mic. What is a quick poll? What the hell is a quick poll? Alright. Okay, the left one, like the smiley face, is going to be Haaland. The right one is going to be KDB. Who are you bringing in this week? Let me know. Left is Haaland, right is KDB. Is that right? Left Haaland, right KDB. Left Haaland, right KDB. There you go. Which way are you going? Get your votes in for that one. A Turkey in a Bush has guessed Rico Henry. That is the correct answer. Thank you very much for taking part. Get your votes in for this, guys, as well. Left is Haaland, right is KDB. Let's see how many people we can get in this TikTok stream voting on this one. KDB currently winning 3-2 over Haaland as well. And yeah, we'll do some more team reviews in a second as well. So yeah, left for Haaland, right for KDB. Get your votes in for that one. Poll is ending in 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oof. Last second, Haaland picked himself up a vote. So it's going to be 3-3 for Haaland and KDB. I think we'll do some more of those quickfire ones. I like those. I do like those. Up the Stags. Let's go. Hi Tom, would you captain Kevin De Bruyne, Foden or Jota? I think the safer picks are Foden and Jota, but KDB does offer that little bit of sauce, doesn't he indeed, Patrick? I do like it. Alfie Gilchrist is a young defender breaking through at Chelsea at the moment. He's played over 200 professional minutes and not conceded a single goal in the box. I like it. I do like it indeed. Saudi Arabia scored 1-0. Who are they playing this week? Is it South Korea? Is it Japan? I can't quite remember. Oh, hey, Spenno. How you doing, man? How's the office? Busy? Dead? Don't really care. It's my day off. Just sent my team. Bit unsure whether to carry the transfer over or go to next week. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at your team. Name or Blanky1738. 1 free transfer. I'm planning to roll the transfer and perhaps bring in Haaland next week. Captaincy on Alvarez or Bowen. Thoughts? I do like Bowen as a captain shout, you know. Thinking a little bit more about it. 1 free transfer. Plan on bringing in Haaland next week. Okay, then I don't think there's necessarily anything you can do. I think the team is set up correctly. I like Bowen as a potential shout as well. I do rate that. So yeah, roll into next week, bring in Haaland. Let's go. iWardy HD, who I know is in the TikTok chat somewhere. 3.1 million in the bank and 1 free transfer. Do I carry over the transfer to next game week or bring someone in? He's got Pickford, Estepinian, Adoji, Doherty, Trent, Richarlison, Bowen, Palmer captain, Julian Alvarez, Solanke, Watkins, Salah there, Gordon as well. So you got good bench cover. I think I'd roll. Then next week you can make a choice. Or you could do Salah to Foden this week. I think that could be a potential option. Offers you another captaincy route as well. Another player playing in this City game as well against Burnley. Another double game week player as well. So I think that potentially could be an option. I think I might do that, you know. Salah to Foden. Free up some money as well for them to do Julian Alvarez to Haaland as well. I like that. I like that. That's probably what I'd do there. Especially if you fancy Foden, go for it. If you don't fancy Foden, don't bother. Right, let's see if we've got any early team news. Doesn't look likely, so we're still going to hold and wait. Dead. Yeah, doesn't surprise me that it's dead. Doesn't surprise me in the slightest. A follow-on from the question, Tom. So is it Foden or Jota for captain? I mean, Jota's leading the way for predicted points. I think City are more likely to score than Liverpool are. So I probably would be slightly leaning more towards Foden. But if you like the predicted points model, Jota's your man. Am I rating teams? Yes, we're still rating teams. At FPL_Tom_. Leave it under the pin tweet if you do want your team rating. Captaincy for this week. These are my top picks. Richarlison, Haaland, Foden, Alvarez and KDB. They're my top picks if you do need a captain for this game week. Is Willian a good differential with the good fixtures? I've been down this path before. I've been down the Willian path before. I think there's better, there is better options. I get the fixtures. They don't blank in 26 and they don't blank in 29, but he doesn't see out games, so that is the big issue for me. I do prefer Pereira from Fulham if I was going to go for a midfielder. But yeah, they've definitely got some smart fixtures coming up. Everton, Burnley and Bournemouth as their next three, so pretty tasty. Pretty tasty indeed. No blank in 26 and no blank in 29 as well. So, you know, they're not a bad team to start investing in. I knew you'd be in here, Big Willie. Saudi have a 1-0 lead over South Korea. Son could be back for game week 23. Ooh, that's very tasty indeed. So maybe if you've got Son, might be worth holding him for one more week. Could be worth holding for one more week. I have Salah on the bench. Should I use my free transfer to get KDB in for him? Probably would be the wise thing to do. Foden or Bowen captain, I probably would be leaning slightly more towards Foden. These are my top captaincy picks for this week. I think if I had Richarlison, I would consider him. Now it looks like potentially Son could be back for game week 23, maybe game week 24 if they do give him a little bit of a rest. Probably would be inclined not to bring in Richarlison this week. Gordon, a good pick. Yeah, he's pretty decent. Good fixtures coming up after this week for Newcastle. Probably not going to do too well at Villa Park tonight. Villa at home are a different beast this year. But yeah, keep your questions coming in, guys. We've got about 50 minutes till the deadline. We've been going for like a long time. Probably like close to an hour and a half we've been streaming. So if you do have any questions, like I said, keep them coming in. We will do team reviews as well throughout the stream at FPLTom_. And like I said, we are closing in. Well, we're not closing in, but we're trying to hit 5k by the end of the year. The end of the season. I definitely think it is possible. There's going to be plenty of videos coming out on the channel. Obviously, it's going to be pretty much go till the end of the season. There's always going to be 2 streams a week as well. A preview stream and then the deadline stream. So plenty to get your hands on. If you're on TikTok as well and want to come over to the YouTube stream, it would be appreciated by me. And if you want to hit that subscribe button, follow button, like button, whatever button you want to hit, also massively appreciated. Do I think Maddison will start? Potentially. I don't think I'd bring him in though. Where are Mansfield going to finish this season? I hope third. What do I think of the mighty Derby? Yeah, I don't really have any feelings towards Derby, to be honest. It's Mansfield all the way. Bench Palmer, I think a few people are having to do that, but I probably would be against it. He's in really good form at the moment. Opinions on Grimsby, it's a shithole. Will you rate my team? Of course I will. If you send it me on Twitter, I will rate it. At FPLTom_, leave it under the pinned tweet. Right, we've got plenty of comments flying in on YouTube as well. Morning, Tom. I've just moved Palmer to the bench, given he plays Liverpool. Otherwise, I'm benching Slanky, Watkins or Saka. Decision like that should not be made at 6 a.m. 100% agree. Son eliminated at the moment. Son to KDB or someone else. Probably would hold Son. I probably would hold Son with how that game's going at the moment. Do you think Son will be back in a number 9 position when he returns? I'm not convinced he'll be worth the price tag with Richarlison and Werner in the mix. I do get that. I think there will be a little bit of rotation, but I think Son just is a better player than both of those. Danny Rose. Opinions on Leroy Lita becoming the new Liverpool coach. Brother, what have you been smoking? I captain Saka. Okay, fair enough. Start Palmer or Bowen. I probably would go Bowen. Start Palmer or Trent. I probably would go Trent. Back the home team. Bench Porro or Gabriel. Any news on Gabriel? We did have some earlier. I don't know how reliable it is, but it looks like apparently, I'm going to put this in quotation marks, apparently he's passed his late fitness test. That's all I'm going to say. Hopefully we can get some early team news on that one from some reliable sources. But at the moment, I probably would bench Gabriel anyway. Do you think Haaland will start or on the bench? I think he'll be on the bench. Foden or KDB captain? I think KDB has that higher probability of explosivity in his game. But I get it. I've captained Brent. I've captained Diaz. Oh, my days. Jake's going to love you. Thoughts on João Pedro? I think he's a great pick. What placement would you consider a good FPL season, first season finish? Anywhere with inside the top 250,000, to be honest. I know obviously the benchmark has always been like getting the top 100k, but I feel there's so many informed managers. Like if you go on YouTube now, there are so many channels that, you know, are producing FPL content, and it's hard, man. It is hard to say, you know, like finishing in this position. A lot of people are informed. You look how many kind of chip strategy videos there are out there, all that stuff. There's a lot. George, yes, I can help you, my man. What is up? Start Solanke or Ped Porro? Ooh, I'd probably go Ped Porro, you know. Cunha, Palmer or Trent to start? I probably would go Trent. Probably go Trent out of those two. Three, sorry. But yeah, do keep your questions coming in, guys. Any questions you have about your team, let me know. I think we're going to bring in KDB for Mohamed Salah. I think that's the transfer we're going to make, but I'm still a little bit undecided. Sheffield Wednesday staying up? I hope not. I absolutely hate Hillsborough. It's one of the worst grounds I've ever been to. Yeah, I'm not a fan. And they were racist to one of our players. Like, what's the point in that? So, fuck Sheff Wednesday. There's my opinion on that. Star Watkins, Haaland or Jota? Probably Jota and Watkins above Haaland for me. Will Liverpool keep a clean sheet? I mean, I think it depends how they take on board this Klopp news. I'm guessing they probably already knew about it. But if it's news to them, I think they'll want to put in a really strong performance and finish the season impressively. Start 2 out of Estupinian, Gomez and Konza. I probably would start Estupinian and Konza, to be honest. I don't think Gomez is going to start now that Trent and Robertson are back, in my personal opinion. Start Odegaard or Palmer? I probably would start Palmer over Odegaard. Not really been at the races so far this season. Palmer's always got that penalties and he's in really, really fine form as well. Do keep your questions coming in, guys. About 40-ish minutes till the Gameweek 22 deadline. I have a lot of questions. Leno or Areola start? Gabriel or transfer out Colwell? And Bowen or Gordon? Okay, I'm full of questions. That's what we like though, man. It keeps these streams ticking along. I probably would go Areola. I would start Gabriel, and if I was to transfer out Colwell, it would be for Estupinian. That would be what I'd do. And then I would probably go Bowen above Gordon. Brandon has asked, is Haaland starting? I don't think he is. Obviously, Pep has said that he's fit to play and back available for selection, but I don't think he's going to start. Algot has said, start Saliba or Watkins. I probably would start Watkins. What team has a high probability of a clean sheet other than Manchester City? Good question. Leave it with me. Where is it? Fixture Analyzer. So this is the probability of a clean sheet. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, you can. So this week, Arsenal at 50%, Palace at 48%. Then it's a big drop off down to Brighton here at 33%, Fulham at 33%, Liverpool at 33%, Tottenham at 33%. So maybe, actually, it might be worth George going for Leno with this probability here of him getting a higher probability clean sheet. So yeah, there you go. There's some other teams that could do well this week. No worries, gorgeous. No worries. Was also considering doing Colwell to Walker. Yeah, great option. Great option as well. I can get on board with that one. Start 2, Saka, Elise or Bailey. I would go Saka and Elise. Those would be the two that I would start out of those ones. About 40-ish minutes till the deadline. I've still not made my transfer. Probably should look to make my transfer. Can you rate my friend's team, please? He sent it. Yeah, let's go and do some more team ratings. Jesus. Matthew Carr has sent me his team. Becker, Estepinian, Pedporo, Saliba, Palmer, Diego Jota, De Bruyne, Foden, Solanke, Tony, Watkins, Steele, Tompkins, Bowen. Bowen on the bench. Oof. Oh, he's bench boosting. Okay, we're all good. Is Tompkins going to start? Is he going to start? Has he been starting for Palace? I don't think he has. Steele, it's always a question whether or not he's going to play or Verbergen. So maybe you might get some points out of that one. It's an interesting bench boost. Let's put it that way, Matthew. It's an interesting one. I probably would have waited. Slews has sent me his team. Areola, Estepinian, Trent, Pedporo, Foden with the armband, Odegaard, Bowen, Richarlison, Solanke, Alvarez and Watkins. I do think I would prefer Palmer over Odegaard, but I think it's a 50-50 split, that one. The only thing you get with Palmer is penalties, and it's such a huge asset to have. Bowen in for Iwobi or Pedro in for Watkins. I probably would go Bowen in. 2 free transfers. Should I just go Archer to Haaland? Bit difficult who to bench in that midfield, and if I decide to bring him in. Yeah, I mean, if you can go Archer to Haaland, I think that's fine. And then I probably would be Anthony Gordon, to be honest. Harvey would be the one that would have to make way for Haaland, in my personal opinion. That's probably what I would do. Let's have a look if we've got any early team news. Let's tweet. That is the worst spelling of tomorrow you will ever see. It's that bad, there's not even a recommendation for it. I've spotted horribly wrong again. There we go. Tweet at the big man. Tweet at the big man. Hey Katie, how are you doing? LA7 useless. Whoa, I will not be having this slander towards Akins in my chat. Get out of here. Don't know whether or not to captain Haaland or KDB. Probably more KDB. Shall I get Kudus? I mean, he is going to be back from AFCON. I would have preferred to at least see him play beforehand. They might potentially give him a little bit of a break, or he might not see out the game. It depends who for. Of course, you can send your team. As always, anyone can send their team at FPLTom_. Leave it under the pinned tweet, and yeah, we'll try and review as many. Did you get a team from someone called Big Mac 2282? You've not read it. No, I have not. There's none on my Twitter here. Let's have a look. Do keep your teams coming in, guys. I will try and answer as many questions as well prior to the deadline. Jay Palmer, he says, what do you reckon, bro? Areola, Flecken, Pedporo, Estepinian, Trent, Gabriel, Botman, Douglas Luiz, KDB in, Palmer, Foden, Alanga, Watkins, and Ketia, Darwin. I like it, man. Let's have a look if we can see this team. Jesus. Right, Phoenix 11. Please rate my team. Thanks. He's got Dubravka, Saliba, Pedporo, Shaw, Bowen, De Bruyne, Palmer, Diego Jota, Kulusevski, Julian Alvarez, and Solanke. I think your team's pretty good. The bench is a little bit wobbly, but it is what it is. The rest of the team looking pretty steady. Who else have we got? Katie, who I know is in the TikTok chat, she has sent me her team. She says, I've got one free transfer. Really tempted to go Bowen to Kudus. I think I'd keep Bowen, you know. I think I'd keep Bowen. I feel that just seems a little bit of a sideways move. And with transfers being quite, not scarce, but I definitely think, like, you know, we want to try and get as many Liverpool players and City players in certain situations and blanks to kind of prepare ourselves for. I don't think I'd do that move, to be honest. I think I'd roll, take 2 into next week, have a good understanding of the landscape, see what Haaland does. If he plays a long proportion of the game, maybe gets himself a goal, he's obviously going to be your transfer in. Maybe then if some other issues arise, because it is quite a tight turnaround from 22 into 23. So, you know, that would be my advice. Is Foden to KDB worth it? No. KDB or Haaland captain, I would be more inclined to go for KDB. Joe, if you want to send me a team, at FPLTom_, leave it under my pinned tweet. Who am my captain this week? Is currently on Alvarez, but I think we're going to bring in KDB. We're going to go KDB, I think, and then I'm going to give him the captain armband. That's the plan. Doji worth a shout or Porro? I mean, Porro is probably the better of the two. Attacking wise, points wise, so yeah. Star Gaming has sent me his team or her team or whatever. Areola, Pedporo, Trent, Estepinian, Bowen, Foden, Palmer, Saka, Solanke, Darwin and Watkins. Gordon as well on the bench. Yeah, I think this team's fine. Obviously, like, Anthony Gordon could cause some issues, but I think he's probably the player out of all these that I would bench. So I think you've got everything fine there, mate. I've sent you his team on my account. Cool. Joe sent me his team as well. I've just seen the notifications come through. Here's Joe's team. What do you reckon? Got 2 free transfers, taking a punt on Haaland. Man, if you feel that way, then go for it. If you think it's going to work out, you've got the 2 free transfers as well. Probably be someone like getting Chilwell out would be something I'd look to maybe do there, Joe. Just with him obviously blanking in game week 26. The fixtures as well starting to tail off for Chelsea now. They had that good run over Christmas, but it is now starting to dwindle. So probably would be looking to take someone like Chilwell out. Kyle Walker could be a great shout to go for as well. Obviously, if you don't want to burn a transfer, that's always an option. Fulham have got really good fixtures and play in 26 and blank game week 29 as well. So if you do want a nice cheap defender option, maybe one of their defenders for Chilwell. That would be my advice for you there, Joe, my friend. Who else sent me their team? Someone else sent me theirs and they said, yeah, whatever. I'll try and find it because it hasn't come through the notifications the usual way. So I will have a look. If it's not there, there's not much I can really do, unfortunately. Here we go. Would you build towards this team for double game week 25 Liverpool, if Liverpool double? Probably. Yeah, that's probably realistically where I'd go. Maybe Walker over Bernardo Silva, probably. For Colwell there, that could be an option. But yeah, that's realistically what we're looking for. Unless Salah, we get positive news that he's going to be back. Then obviously Salah would be a player you'd obviously definitely want in your team. Cheers for the follow, guys. Massively appreciate that one. No worries, Joe. No worries, man. Anytime you need any help with your team, come along to the streams and we'll try and help you out best as we can. If you want to go over to the YouTube channel as well and subscribe there, we're trying to hit 5,000 by the end of the season. So it would be appreciated. Here's Jack's friends team. He's got one free transfer, 6.8 million in the bank. Probably looking at someone like Sterling out, to be honest. Yeah, probably Sterling out. If you can get to KDB, Sterling to Foden could be a really nice move as well. Obviously, we'll still have quite a lot of money in the bank to go and upgrade Alvarez or Watkins next week. So, yeah, that's probably what I'd do there with your friends team. What other notifications we got flying through? Joel Linton, the GOAT. FPL Tom, should I roll a transfer or what would you do? Bring in Haaland, one free transfer. I think I'd roll, to be honest, mate. I think your team's looking pretty good. You've got a starting 11. Archer can come in as well. You haven't got Gabriel to worry about, so I think you'd be fine. Yes, I did your team already. Max Meyer. But yeah, it is what it is. My voice is slowly going. So what I'm going to suggest, I'm going to just put the stream like that. I'm just going to go and get a drink, and then we'll read some more of your guys' questions, because otherwise I'm not going to have a voice left, and I have to record a video tonight. But yeah, I'm just going to go and get a drink, and then I'll be back for the final half an hour. I still need to decide what I want to do as well. Keep your questions flowing through. Like I said, if you're on the TikTok stream and want to come over to the YouTube stream, that would be massively appreciated, as we are closing in on that 5,000 subscriber mark. But yeah, let me just go and grab a drink, and then I will be back. Back in a second. We're back. We are back, baby, for the final half an hour. We are back. Like I said, get the questions flying in, hit that subscribe button, all that good stuff. Saka plus Wilson to Nunes and KDB. I do like that. I'd probably go for that. Right, let's have a look at what questions I've missed while I've been away. Start Gordon or Solanke. I did your team start gaming. George has said, sending my team on here because my Twitter is fucked. Leno, Estepinian, Trent, Gabriel, Foden, Bowen, Saka, Palmer, Nunes, Watkins, Solanke, Foden, Trent and Watkins are my captain options, I think. All right, I rate that. Probably give Foden the armband, to be honest. I think he's going to be a very popular captain pick. Looking at all the streams, kind of polls and stuff. Transfer or roll and captain shout, please, Tom. Team is Trent, Porro, Estepinian, Doty, Sensei, Gross, Palmer, De Bruyne, Willian, Gordon, Solanke, João Pedro, Tony. In terms of captaincy, the fact you don't have, probably KDB would be the one that I'd give it to. In terms of transfers, I think the team is fine. You obviously can put out a pretty good team this week. Probably roll, then have a really good understanding of what situation Haaland's going to be in, what position Foden's going to be in within this team as well, whether or not Liverpool have a double game week announced. I think we're going to have plenty more information, so I'll probably roll. If you were to get Haaland this week, which two out of Saliba, Palmer, Gross and Solanke would you bench? If I don't want to get him, which one would you bench? Cheers, mate. No worries, Hugo. I'd probably bench... So, yeah. How likely do you think Gabriel will start? I mean, it's looking pretty positive from the reports that I have read. Hopefully, we can get some early team news on him and find out whether or not he will play. I have Martinez and Petrovic as the goals. What do you think of them as a long-term plan? Whom should I start this game week? I probably would start Martinez this week. Villa have got a really good home record so far this season. Defensively as well, very good indeed. I'm going to get another poll going on TikTok. We're going to make it a quick poll. So yeah, I'm going to start another one. Can I start another one? So left is going to be for Foden captain. Right is going to be for KDB captain. Get your votes in on the TikTok one as soon as you possible can. So left for Foden, right for KDB. as your captains. Get those in the chat ASAP. I can see the votes are absolutely steaming in for KDB. Go on. We are wank, unfortunately. We just need a striker, and then we'll be back. Votes are flying in for KDB. Do get them in the chat ASAP. Foden on the left, KDB on the right. Very quick poll on the TikTok chat. Just set my team. Cool outfield. We'll go check that out in a second. A quick question. I have enough players that will start. I want to wait putting in Haaland and Gusto. Would you play them if you still have the other great options that is guaranteed to play? I think it's a very good, like a very, very fair point, to be honest. It does look like KDB is going to win that poll. Thank you for everyone who voted. Cheers for sending your team over as well, Pringle. We'll go and have a look at that. I definitely think if you've got other players that you think are going to outperform and outscore the likes of Haaland, because realistically he probably is going to only go and get a half of football at best. So yeah, that's probably my opinion on that one. I think you could bench him this week. I probably wouldn't look to bring him in. Probably would go and look somewhere else. And yes, we have bidded for 3 strikers. Anyone know the names of them? Because I'm trying to find it anywhere. I couldn't find it anywhere when I had a look. Right, let's have a look. We've had loads of teams sent in. Hugo, who to start with this team? If Haaland comes in as well, who would you bench for him? I think you've probably got everything right there, Hugo, in terms of starting everyone. And I probably would roll. If you've only got like 1 transfer this week, roll into next week, take 2 in. Obviously, you can then have a good look at KDB, Haaland. The situation with Mohamed Salah might be a little bit more clearer by the weekend. So I definitely think that's probably what I would do there, Hugo, to be honest, my friend. Dave, 1 free transfer. I know you're in the TikTok chat somewhere, Dave. 1 free transfer. Any changes? You've got Haaland, Alvarez, Solanke. Probably wouldn't have the armband on Haaland this week, but if you fancy a little bit of a gamble, go for it. The rest of the team, I probably would start Palmer over Odegaard in my personal opinion, Dave, but the rest is looking pretty good, to be honest, mate. What should I do? Probably a defender. Now, I think Gabriel's going to play. You could do Colwell to Estupinian. You don't have him in the team. Or Lascelles to Estupinian. That's probably the move that I would make there. Then next week, probably going to do Alvarez up to Haaland. So yeah, that's my advice for you there, Alfie. Have we got any early team news? Probably not. No. Cool. Should I sell Diaby or Garnacho for Jota or who's that? Or wait, just to get KDB/Son in future game weeks? I'd probably be more tempted to sell Diaby. I think Garnacho's a really good enabler. Dogs eat tacos. Unlucky against us on Saturday night, mate. Yeah, I know. It is what it is. Everyone gets games like that. Wrexham going up with $1 million in the bank. Who cares? Will Gabriel be fit to start? I mean, from reports I'm seeing, it's looking that way. Yes, he is going to be fit to start. But there's still a big risk. I've never seen that person ever in my life, but they had like 90,000 followers on Twitter. So, just have to take their word for it. I mean, half your fans didn't even support Wrexham like 5 years ago. So, you know, it's plastic. There you go. That's it. Who'd start out of Cunha and Garnacho? Probably Cunha. Is the deadline tonight? Yes, it's at 6 in like 20 minutes. Callum W, I've sent my team. Could you review it? Yeah, man. Let's go and review it. Cool. We've had some other ones as well. Quote ZUK, who to bench, FPL Tom. I think you've got everything right, to be honest. I don't think there's necessarily anyone I would change. Obviously, a big gamble with Haaland with the armband, but it is what it is. The rest, I think, I'd probably leave the same. Callum White, thoughts, already made my transfer this week. Again, very similar situation with the Haaland captain. In terms of playing, I think I would be more tempted to go Solanke over Gordon, just for the fact he's got penalties. That would be my only concern there, but the rest of the team looking pretty strong, to be honest. Douglas Luiz or Palmer? I'd probably go Palmer. Probably go Palmer this week. Right, I need to make my transfer and decide what I'm doing. I don't think we're going to get any early team news. So I think we're going to go with KDB in. And we're going to captain him. And we're just going to risk it. We're going to have a little bit of a fun week. People are asking me, do I think Haaland starts? I don't personally think Haaland starts unless we get any early team news. I'm guessing that's Haaland or Nunes. It'd be Nunes. Start Trent or Porro? I probably would start Trent. What are you going on about our attendance for? I mean, it is what it is. As is pretty good this year, actually. Highest season ticket sales ever. You know, just some of the things. Trent or Walker? I probably would be leaning more towards Walker with their double confirmed. Yeah, and we're just better at playing football and better at trying. Whoa! Don't try and use the plastic fans one on us, bro. We've like had terrible football and like no managers, not some miracle owners. We've just actually brought people in and made it like a more better experience to attend games. I think we won like Fans Club of EFL or something one year. Just made it a better experience for people. It's clear why your fans are there. Just is. Brentford just signed 12 million Leif Davis from Ipswich. Oof. That's a big blow for Ipswich, that. Foden or KDB in? I'm leaning more towards KDB. So yeah, I'm going to have to back my boy KDB. Who should I start? EMI or Areola? I'd probably go Areola. Who'd start, Gabriel or Mikalenko? I probably would go I'd probably go Gabriel. If he's not fit, he won't play. Top 3 at the end of the League 2 season? I mean, if we get a striker in January, yes. If we don't, no. Haaland or KDB cap? I think KDB is more likely to play more minutes, so I'd probably go KDB. That would be my advice on that one. Do keep the questions coming in, guys. I've been live for absolutely ages, nearly 2 hours now. So if you want to show some support, do hit that like button, follow button, subscribe, all that good stuff. You finally brought in Bowen. I've had Bowen for ages, man. We've had Bowen for quite a while. Dan James as well has gone for Bowen. I'm really interested in this Bowen captain, Stockport County or Wrexham going to win the league? I think it'll be Stockport. Yeah, I know, I was stubborn on Bowen, but we went for him. We did go for him in the end. Solanke or Tony this week? Probably more towards Solanke, I'm leaning. Thank you so much, Tom. So grateful. No worries, pal. Anytime, any questions, shoot your shit. Right, we're all going to have to make a move at some point. We're going to have to go for KDB. Lazy FPL have tweeted, we believe Haaland does not start tomorrow. And they were wrong last time. KDB. Aiden Flint or Lewis Brunt? Aiden Flint, 100%. But yeah, there's something. There's something, maybe. No kind of reliable news as of yet. What are Draft Hound saying for their predicted lineup? Where is it? Let's see. They do have KDB starting in this one. Okay. I think we are going to go for KDB. Do I have a season ticket? No, I don't live in Mansfield anymore, so there's no real point because I can't get to every game. And it's quite expensive. He's rolling the transfer. FPL Focal rolling the transfer. Interesting. I mean, his team's pretty strong, to be honest. He's gone with Richarlison captain as well. I think we're going to go for KDB. I'm just very tempted. You're not making any changes? I am. I'm just deliberating what to actually do with my team. Captain KDB or Palmer, final answer. I probably would go KDB. Bench 2 out of Palmer, Gordon, Saliba, Gahey and Porro. Probably would be Saliba and Gordon, my friend. I've got KDB captain, nice. Sell Alvarez to Haaland, probably not this week. Probably more looking for next week, to be honest. Gusto to Taylor to start accumulating game week 29 players, or Alvarez to Haaland. Have 2 free transfers and no obvious moves. Probably would do the top one then, Gusto to Taylor, to be honest. KDB or Foden, I meant. All right. Probably KDB then, man. Still sticking with the KDB. Who's your favourite Mansfield player? It's got to be Lucas Akins. Always Lucas Akins. Should I start Estepinian or Tony? I probably would go Estepinian. Bowen or Foden captain? I've seen a lot of people suggesting the Bowen one. I get it. I do get it. But they did look a little bit limp. I don't know what Kudus' condition's going to be in either. So I probably would go Foden. But I definitely could see Bowen doing something this week. Who's captain? Foden, Alvarez, Richarlison. Probably between Foden and Richarlison, to be honest. I might go see a Mansfield game. Any good games to suggest? I mean, not really. Not at the moment. Not when we've not got a forward. Once we get a forward, start going to games. Then you can start going to games. Captain Foden or Bowen? Probably leaning a little bit more towards Foden. Cunha to Haaland? I don't think Haaland is going to start this week. So I probably would stick with Cunha. So yeah, lazy FPL again being quoted. Haaland will not start. So yeah. And Andy, Let's Talk FPL, has said, as far as I know, Gabriel starts. So anyone that does have Gabriel, it's looking pretty good that he's going to start this week. So I'm just going to retweet that one for you guys. So yeah, Andy from Let's Talk FPL has said, as far as I know, Gabriel starts. So there you go. There's a bit of positive news if you did have Gabriel. Is looking like Erling Haaland isn't going to start, which I'm not shocked by. That's kind of the news that's coming out pre-deadline. Still not really seeing any news on KDB, which is a little bit of a shame because I do want to go for him and I do want to captain him. But we'll see what happens. 14 or so minutes till the deadline, guys. Keep your questions flying into the chat. Massively appreciated by me. Watkins and Saka blanking, and my other strikers are Haaland and Cunha. Palmer is tempting to captain, but going with Bowen feels fun. I get that. I do get that. What was their last result against FOTMob? Can you guys see this? Yeah, you can. Where is West Ham? West Ham Bournemouth. Where's head-to-head? 1-1 earlier in the season. Solanke and Bowen. No, no. No goal there. But did pick up an assist. Okay, well, he scored against him earlier this season. He's got quite a good record against Bournemouth, you know, Bowen has. Nathan Collins, Jesus, that's a long way back. Noble, Haller. Oh my God, remember him? Snodgrass as well. What a team that is. Okay, Bowen's not got that bad a record against Bournemouth. That could be an option. Who should I bench? I can only start 2. Garnacho, Gabriel, Palmer. I probably then, my friend, would bench Garnacho in my personal opinion. Cheers from Tampa. No worries. Would you transfer out any one of these players? Richarlison, Bowen, Saka, Gordon, Palmer for Foden or KDB? Probably Saka would be the only one, but it's a bit of a gamble. How much do you think that Salah will fall in price while he's injured? I'm thinking about replacing him for game week 23. Probably not too much. We saw that with what happened with Haaland. His price didn't really fall, did it? Is Odegaard to KDB a good move? I think so. I do think so. We're going to have to make a move in a minute. I got to go, but nice being in the live, mate. Oh, cheers, mate. I appreciate that. Hopefully see you in some more. Would you transfer Estepinian for Doherty? No, I would not do that. Doherty's obviously got that double coming up in game week 25. Pretty good assist machine as well at the moment. So yeah, I probably wouldn't do that. Michael has said Liverpool are the best team ever. Probably not. Right. Any early team news would be appreciated about KDB, but I don't think we're going to get any, are we? Holly Shan's gone for the Bowen Captain Brigade. I am tempted, you know. I am fucking tempted. I'm so tempted. Oh, it's tempting me. Oh, it's so tempting, isn't it? It's so tempting. Okay, we're going to have to do some, like, very quick looking around on which way to go. Let's open this Opta sandbox up. Let's have a look at teams. Past few weeks. So let's go from here. Expected goals conceded. Newcastle down there. Palace down there. Fulham. Sheffield United. We're at Bournemouth. Oh, Bournemouth have been one of the best teams. I think that's putting me off. The fact that Bournemouth have conceded very little goals, that is putting me off. I don't think we're going to go with the Bowen captain. I'll give him the vice, but that's it. Surely it's a doubt that KDB plays both double game weeks, as they aren't tough fixtures anyway. It is, but he is one of their key men, and I think they'll want to wrap this title up as soon as possible. Tempted to bench Boost to avoid this benching decision. Are there any good cheap defenders to swap Gusto for? Van Heckel from Brighton. Is Estepinian a must-have? I mean, I haven't got him, so no. Hi, Tom. Foden or Saka for the skipper? I probably would go Foden. Saka's disappointed us, hasn't he, over the past few weeks, so I'd probably go down that route. Would you bring in KDB or Bowen or Jota? I'm looking at KDB, sorry, but I think Jota's a really good shout as well. But obviously with the Salah injury, how long it's going to be is all a big question. Garnacho or Palmer to start? I probably would go Palmer. He's got penalties. Yeah. Right. I don't think we're going to get any early news. So we're going to have to make the move. We are going to have to make the transfer. Sell Saliba to Estepinian? No, not really. I can't really get on board with that. Right, let's make this move. Let's do it. De Bruyne, done. 10.6. He's probably going to go up again tonight, isn't he? Make transfer. Confirm transfer. Boom. Done. Let's put him in over Gordon. Put Gordon first sub. Save team. Captain. Save team. Boom. There we go. That's how we're looking for this week. We've gone with KDB for captain. Hopefully he plays. If he doesn't, I'm just going to cry. We've got Bowen there as well, hopefully. Will Haaland start? According to Lazy FPL, he will not start tomorrow's game. But yeah, we've got KDB in there. We've given him the armband. We're just going to see what happens. And hope for the best, I guess. Which two start out with Nunes, Watkins or Alvarez? I probably would go Watkins and Alvarez, to be honest. But Nunes has been in better form than Watkins. So actually, Nunes and Alvarez. Trippier or Cash to start? I'd probably go Trippier. Has KDB got guaranteed minutes? No. He just doesn't. Hi, Tom. I'm late to the stream. How are you doing? Eze or Elise? I probably would go Elise, to be honest, my friend. And I'm doing very well. I hope you're doing good too. Cap Bruno, Estepinian or Bowen? I probably would captain Bowen out of all of those options that you've given me there. Solanke to Haaland or Archer to Haaland and bench Palmer or roll. I'd probably roll. See what happens with, obviously, KDB and that. Not KDB, Haaland. There we go. We've been streaming for way too long today. Drop Alvarez for Watkins? Probably not. No, I don't think I'd do that. I think Alvarez is going to at least start the game. Then probably come off in the 70th, 80th minute for Haaland. That's what I'm thinking there. Yeah, we're going with KDB captain. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, then I'm just going to cry. But it seems like there's a big split this week. Let's end the poll on the YouTube one. Thank you for everyone who's been voting on that one. Maybe this will give you an inclination of which way you potentially should swing for captaincy for game week 22. 39% have gone for Foden. 23, interestingly, have gone for Haaland. 22 have gone for KDB. 14% for Richarlison as well. Max has said Haaland or Sterling. Probably go Haaland. I think I'd risk it. Up the Stags, let's go. Captain Trent or KDB. I've gone with Trent, but KDB could be a nice little differential shout. But with him just coming back from injury, might see a little bit of maybe like coming off early or something like that. 5 minutes till the deadline, guys, so make sure your teams are getting locked and loaded. Who would you play up front? Nunez, Alvarez, or Watkins? Who gets dropped? I probably would drop Watkins out of all of those. Gordon to KDB, worth it? I mean, Newcastle's fixtures after this are pretty tasty, so probably not. But obviously, City do have the double. Very late team sent through. Please talk me out of this. Okay, let me have a look. Let me have a look for you, bro. Oh, I've just seen... Yes! Get in. FPL Tony has said, think KDB could be a better pick than Haaland this week. So that probably reassures me a little bit. Very late bench boost on this. Palmer, Foden, Bowen, Van Heckel. Yeah, all right. I can get on board with that. I can get on board with that very late bench boost. I hope it works out for you, man. There's the big news and the big confirmation we needed from FPL Tony. KDB could be a better pick than Haaland this week. So... That's that little bit of confirmation we needed in my eyes. Start Tony or Solanke? Probably go more Solanke this week. Should I captain Richarlison or Alvarez? I probably, now that I know that Haaland isn't going to be playing, or at least not going to be starting, probably a little bit more towards Alvarez. Obviously, Richarlison has the penalties as well, but yeah, that Burnley fixture is very tasty. Start Bernardo or Gabriel? Probably Bernardo. Hello, will Haaland start? It's not looking likely that Haaland is going to start, to be honest. I think João Pedro starts. Yes, Thomas. I do think he starts indeed. Haaland or Watkins? I'd stick with Watkins. It's looking unlikely that Haaland is going to start this week. Yeah, that has made me feel a lot better about bringing KDB in. Wait, so is KDB starting? We don't know that for definite, but this tweet right here... And with this one as well, together, that to me suggests that KDB's starting, Haaland's on the bench. That's what it suggests to me. Who's my favourite Mansfield player? It has to be Lucas Akins. Delighted with the KDB news. Yeah, hopefully it works out, man. Hopefully it works out. Eshpinian and Saka or Trent and Palmer? Probably Trent and Palmer. There's your answer. Is Elise starting? Not a clue. Not a clue. We only get limited leaks for teams that we actually get leaks on. But I would guess that Elise starting. He is back fit, so probably. Palmer or Watkins? Probably leaning a little bit more towards Palmer, at the moment. He's in the better form, on penalties as well, so he probably would be the one. Yeah, we are approaching the deadline, guys. There's probably about 2 minutes till the deadline, so make sure you're getting your teams locked and loaded. If you've enjoyed today's stream, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe button, follow button, all that good stuff. Like I said, we are trying to hit 5,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel, and it'd be absolutely huge if we could do that by the end of the season. FPL Aguero said bench Porro or Trent. That is ridiculously tough. I think Porro has the higher probability of getting more points, but that's so tough. That is ridiculously tough. Cheers for the follow, Nathan. That's one that could go either way, to be honest, my friend. Unfortunately, 2 free transfers. Who do I sell, Salah or Son, and for who? Probably Salah for KDB, especially after this tweet here. And Andy's having the same thought as me, presumably based off this. And looking at the scores, where's AFCON? Oh my God, where is AFCON? Oh no, they've brought it back. So South Korea 90 plus 9. Wow. Okay, so yeah, South Korea still could be going out of that tournament, meaning Son could be back very late on. Right, we've got about a minute till the thing. Anton's just sent in. South Korea equalised in the 99th minute. Wow. Captain Foden or KDB, and start Gordon or KDB. I think I'd captain KDB now that I'm pretty confident that he's going to be starting the game. And then I would start Foden and KDB both over Gordon, to be honest. But yeah, big developments for the potential of return of Son if South Korea, you know, can manage to pull through. Probably about 30 seconds as well, guys, till the deadline. So like I said, make sure you are getting your teams locked and loaded. I'm just going to make sure mine is all done. Team is saved. Everything is looking good there. Whew, I hope. Like I said, if you've enjoyed today's stream, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. There will be a video out after tonight's games looking at the best transfer targets ahead of Game Week 23. There will be a wildcard video tomorrow night, then a preview stream, then obviously the deadline stream on... what day is it? Yeah, one of those days. You know what I mean. Cheers for the follow as well, Ollie. Massively appreciate that. Massively appreciate everyone who has subscribed, followed, all that good stuff today. Massively appreciated by me. It has just struck 6 o'clock. So I think, there it is. The deadline has now passed. And that is it. Game Week 22 is up and running. Let me know where you're going to be watching the games tonight. Cheers for all your help and support throughout this stream today, guys. See you later, Toby. Massively appreciate that from you, my friend. We'll stay live for like 5 minutes. See if anything good happens. But yeah, thank you for everyone's support in today's stream. Massively appreciated by me, as always. And like I said, there will be a video coming tonight. So if you like the FPL content, do hit that subscribe button. But yeah, risked it, Captain KDB. Well, hopefully it pays off for you, Josh, man. Hopefully it does pay off indeed. Let's hope so, my friend. Let's hope so. I've also gone for it, so, you know, we both could be very happy or we both could be very sad. We'll find out. I guess we'll find out, won't we? We'll find out. We'll see what happens. Garnacho, a good pick. I mean, the deadline has gone, but for future weeks, I definitely think he could be. Yeah, it is what it is. Kind of didn't want to bench Gordon, but after the news, kind of wanted KDB. I get that. Just woke up from a nap at 5:56. Thank God sold Salah for KDB in the last minutes. Phew. Well, hopefully it works out for you, man. Hopefully it works out. Right, I think we're going to call it there, guys. I don't think there's anything else to chat about, and I think my voice is pretty much dead. So I think we're going to call it there. Like I said, thank you for all the support that you've showed in today's stream. Massively appreciated by me, as always. And yeah, good luck this game week. Cheers for all the comments as well. Massively appreciated. And actually, thank you for 3K as well. This is the first deadline stream we've done, well, where I've been on my own, at least for a stream. So yeah, thank you very much, guys, for the support and helping me hit 3K. Like I said, now we're trying to go and hit 5K by the end of the season. So yeah, hopefully it's all good. But yeah, thank you very much for watching today, ladies and gentlemen. Good luck this game week.